Okay, my ass sitting back. I have to freaking had to recharge. Gotta recharge the energy. I don't like how it's raining. Why it gotta be like raining for no reason? Like that. Why it gotta be raining? Alright, so mm, mm, mm-hmm. Skin looking good. Yup. um shoot, hold up. Alright, so we sitting back. Me and Babe playing freaking GTA. He done went and got like these secret cars and stuff like that. So we downloaded this mod on GTA. We downloaded this mod on GTA because we was doing the racing thing. So we doing the little racing section of GTA. You know what I'm saying? He got the whole souped up car, like you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how he find that? So I'm like, all right. So I get inside of his car because we like, all right, we just gonna do a little bit of street racing on GTA. So I get inside of his car. He got the little, the little hidden one that you find on GTA and shit. So I'm sitting there, I'm riding in his car. While we downloaded this mod, motherfucker show up to the racetrack in a little horse and buggy like this. I said, babe, look. I said, babe, how they gonna show up in a little horse and buggy, the little hoopty type, I fell out. I fell out. I was bagging up because I be playing around on GC. I be hopping out the car, doing all types of like stupid stuff, babe. You sitting there in the little driver's seat and shit, you know what I'm saying, doing all shit. But I just seen that. I was like, babe, they not gonna win this. We about to dust them, babe. Come on. So yeah, that's what happened. We playing GTA. We ended up dusting their asses in the little horse and buggy and shit. Why y'all show up? Why they show up to the race like that? I can't deal with it. I said, you know what? I said, babe, we're not doing this no more. We're not doing this no more. Whenever we see somebody showing up in horse and buggy, it's not worth our time. We not. But they keep on like every time we hop in GTA and we be doing our little thing, we be sitting back playing together and stuff. Here they come. Here they come. Every time we in GTA, here they come. Here they come. They just show up in a little hoopty type thing. This was the first time. That's why I was like, this is a whole different mod we done downloaded. They showed up in a horse and buggy this time. I was like, babe. And I'm like, dang, early in the morning, y'all go and sit back and like try and race us like this. Like, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. We gonna win. We finna dust you. And everybody sitting back watching because we had a whole like we had like a whole team of people, so everybody sitting back watching like, oh shit, there they go. Come on now. I was bagging up. I said, babe, this don't make no sense. Then we switched over because we got tired of GTA, so it's like, all right, let's switch over, let's start playing wrestling. We hop in wrestling. Y'all know. It's a wrap. Whenever we hop over to wrestling, okay, I'm already built for wrestling. So that's why I was like, listen, what you know what I'm saying? I'm already built for wrestling in terms of me having the skill level to be able to, step up to like people that think that they really good in terms of the competition. So, and babe, he been doing this for like ever in terms of like video game competitions and stuff like that. So he already got that skill level there. So that's how I'm like, yo, it's a wrap. Come on. Why y'all trying to get us into multiplayer? Like, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I just be begging the fuck up. But I heard the one dude, because we was on the mic. So we on the mic. This is during GTA too. Let me tell y'all, we on the mic during GTA. I'm hearing the one dude raging the whole time. The whole time in GTA cussing us out. But I'm like, how you gonna cuss us out whenever you decide to show up in a horse and buggy? You knew, you knew we was racing, and you decided to show up in a horse and buggy like this. We already came with the, you know what I'm saying. We went and got the little extra hidden car in GTA. We came with the souped up car, so you should already knew that we racing. Like, you know what I'm saying. You gotta go get you a souped up car. You can't just be showing up in like a little hoopty like that, or like a little horse and buggy type situation. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. But he was on the mic raging like F y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? It was somebody's little kid, like somebody little kid was on the mic, and you know, sometimes I'll be ready cuss people out, but I'm like, nah, that's somebody's kid. Let me just let me leave it alone. That's somebody's child on the mic. But he was just a raging, like you could just feel it. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh. God damn. Can you shut up for a second? Like that's why you're not winning, because you can't concentrate. You over there raging too goddamn much. You know what I'm saying? And then like you can already tell that that person's like all just emotionally upset because we beating that ass, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they not able to even focus. So it's like they already came in with the wrong vehicle. Second of all, they too caught up in raging on the mic instead of racing us, you know what I'm saying? And then third, you still not gonna beat us because you still showed up with the wrong vehicle. You still came with the wrong car. Make it make sense. But I'm like, oh my gosh, hopefully this person's okay, because you know, like when you so stressed out, like your mental health can, your physical health can deteriorate from these video games. Like y'all can't be doing these marathons if you're not ready for the marathon. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all remember in the news they had it to where the kids in like China, or I don't know where they was at, but they was like sitting back doing like 24-hour marathons. All they would have is like some coffee or like an energy drink or some liquor or something like that, and they'd be sitting back trying to go hard for 24 hours, and next thing you know, something happened to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't be sitting back putting all that energy into a game like that if like we're not meant to be, you know what I'm saying, getting ourselves all riled up and emotionally like that in the game. Like it don't it don't make no sense. We can't be doing that, girl. I'm telling you. So I was just like, you know what, this don't make no sense. But I'm learning from Babe, you know, how to communicate, and how to, you know, whenever we play in the game, how to like properly communicate. You, because y'all know me, I just be like, oh, say whatever. So I'm learning from Babe how to like properly communicate in the game, and you know how to, you know, we have our own little signals and things that we say, so that way each other knows, and you know everybody knows what's going on. So yeah, so that's what I'm starting to learn. Like, okay, we got to have that communication there. That way, you know, we all on the same page. So I'm like, all right, cool. So once we got that communication there, then boom, you know, we able to just take over. But and win the race. Oh gosh. But other, like, see, this is why we end up getting the crowd riled up, you know what I'm saying, and like cheering for us, because it's like everybody sees like, okay, you know, that they got a good car. Everybody see they got a good car, like, you know, they on the right track. They like, you know, they with it, they for it, you know, they doing their thing. But that person that was raging on the mic, I'm just like, look. This is why you came in with the wrong vehicle. You wasn't listening. You don't listen to nothing. You know, clearly it shows that this person don't listen to nothing. This person, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be in first place. They can't hold the position of first place. They're not ready for that. You know, there's certain individuals like us that's doing the right. We ready for first place. You know, we ready to have those responsibilities of winning the trophy and all that stuff. And, you know, because certain individuals, they'll win stuff and they'll be real like, ugh, like, you know, like, but we the type, we win stuff and we be like real humble with it. Like, we be like, all right, cool, we won. But it's like the only reason why we won't be humble in certain situations is whenever we have somebody raging on the mic. Then it's like, you know what, we need to rage on the mic too. But we ain't been doing that. We be focused on the race. So you're like, come on. Come on, we focus on the race. But yeah, GTA. I'm like, dang, man, what? You want to play GTA this early in the morning? He like, come on, we got, we about to play this early in the morning. Let's go. So I'm like, dang, all right. Especially because like he done wore me out before I even get on GTA. So I'm like, oh gosh, all right, come on. let me hop in the car. Let's play GTA. Let's go. So yeah, I thought that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm tired, but we sitting back, we doing our little racing thing. He got the little power ups and stuff like that, so that helped us out too. He started collecting some of the those power ups in GTA. You know how you get the little soda cans and stuff like that, so that way you could power up. Yeah. So we start collecting all these power ups from off the ground. Boom! It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So right, we ended up smoking their asses like a goddamn cigar. Smoke their asses like some weed. We smoke that ass. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I feel like if we go back to like back in the day, like wrestling type stuff, I think like my favorite character, probably because I'm a Scorpio, I think it will go with like Sting, because it's like Scorpio. So I'm thinking like Sting, like I got the little, you know what I'm saying, face. I come up in the building. Come on, I'm finna sting something. I'm finna sting something. I'm coming in to sting something. Okay, that's why I'm even thinking of that. Like I'm coming in to sting something. I'm coming in to take you down, type stuff. You're not finna get up. So stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. You see I'm fit. You see I'm fit not for a fact. For a fact. You're not finna take me down in wrestling. Like, go somewhere. Go somewhere. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Plus I be playing around. Me and Babe like to wrestle too. So we be playing around. So we already like be wrestling with each other. So like, you know what I'm saying? We already built up and shit like that. So it's like, come on, come on. But yeah, so whew. I was like, oh my gosh, babe, this is this is a mess. Like, why? Why you want to play wrestling early in the morning? But he's like, they over here trying to challenge me in wrestling right now. Like, because he was on the game first. And I'm just sitting back, I'm sitting back resting. He on the game first. And I'm like, he keep on like tapping me like, babe, come on. Babe, come on. I'm like, wait, like they try to beat me in wrestling. I'm like, no, they ain't finna beat you. Come on. All right, I guess we finna start a tag team match. Let's go. So we hop into the multiplayer tag team match. Like we start spanking that ass real fast. Spanking that ass real fast. Had the whole all types of power drives on that ass. I'll tell you, you would have thought we was like fucking Luke Skywalker and that bitch doing force grips. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Star Wars, force gripping that motherfucker and throwing them all around short class. That's the other game I like to play too. Star Wars. Me and Baby on Star Wars. That's how I even brought that up. Me and him be playing Star Wars and we be force gripping motherfuckers like, you feel that, don't you? You feel that, don't you? You might want to go sit down. You can't break out of that grip. You can't break out. All you can do is just tap out. You just have, all right, let the little referee come in. Yeah, we already knew. But that person who you playing against, they wanna try it. They always want to try it. It don't make no sense. I'll be bagging up. It don't make no sense. But it's okay. It's okay. How we stay good in training. I'm telling you, it's all about eating right. You know what I'm saying? It's all about fruits, vegetables, water, instead of like, because that kid was raging on the mic. You would have thought that they was drunk or high. I'm like, it's all about water instead of liquor. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Smoke weed instead of like that kid, like they was on something. I'm like, Lord, it don't make no sense, But hey, that's what happens when you got you gotta break the big guns out. What? Woo! Where you at? 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 Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's how I be after the match. Evil laugh and shit like that. Evil laugh, evil laugh, got to. But no, it just be funny. But on a real note, Somebody really like worried about my arms and how fit I am. I can feel that. I don't do nothing to get this fit. I don't know. I'm just like this. Um, but on a real note, I feel like yeah, like them kids that be on the mic like raging and stuff like that. They don't just be kids to be like grown people. Grown people that be like acting like kids and stuff on the mic. Like they be trying to set you off and stuff like that and get you upset. But it's like really they upset type thing. So it's like, and I've seen that because I had a friend like that. It was this girl, me and her used to always be playing like GTA or we'd be playing like video games, but it's like she would like I don't know, like I think she was dealing with a lot in terms of like her life. So it was one of those things to where like whenever me and her would play, she would always and it wasn't even like I wanted to sit back and play the game with her. Like I'm just like you the one that suggested to play the game, so you know I guess I'm gonna hop in, whatever. But individuals like that, whenever it comes down to it, it's like they be having a lot going on. Like I started to see like she was real jealous whenever I would play the game and stuff like that. But it's like, girl, you could accomplish the same things within your life if you sit back and like like you know what I'm saying, like be happy with yourself. Whenever we playing video games, it don't gotta be one of those situations to where you upset or something like that. Like it's weird. Hold up. Okay, yeah, but this girl, she was always giving like jealous vibes. It was really weird. Um, like play the game. It was just like really awkward, really awkward. So like me and Babe, we like started playing. We started playing the game. Next thing I know, she sends me a friend request randomly on PS4, wanting to play and just like, oh Lord, wanting to play with me and Babe. I'm just like, girl. So basically, I still got like a little bit of a stalker on PS4. Oh gosh. I still have like a little bit of a stalker on PS4. But it's cool. I don't pay attention to it because I take it, I know that some people just be going through the motions or whatever. So it is what it is. But beat her ass too. Beat her ass too. So yeah. So just like, GTA, you have to have like, you gotta have like, you can't show up in horse and buggy. You can't show up in the little, how you go to GTA to the little hood spots and they got the little, they got the little fucked up hood cars and shit like that. Like, you can't show up in something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's only going like 10 miles per hour type shit. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta go to the little hidden spots in GTA and get the little the cars. You gotta get the little hidden cars with the good power ups and shit that be going fast. Cause they got this one car that's in GTA. You unlock it, it's able to go fast. They got a couple of them. They got a couple of them like that. But sometimes we be too lazy to go out in GTA and try to figure out where those cars are at. So we'll just be like sitting there thinking that one car is gonna spawn for us. Like we'll just be sitting there like, okay, hopefully, this car gonna spawn for me. Sitting in the little horse and buggy, hoping that the hidden car gonna spawn some shit, and it don't never spawn because motherfuckers like people that's. Other people be sitting there using the shit out the fast cars. You can't do that. You gotta go find another fast car in GTA. Like you can't sit back and just wait for that one fast car to spawn. You gotta go because there's so many of them. Like GTA is big. Like when y'all ever sat back and rode all through GTA, that shit is big. Hold up. GTA big, honey. You can't just sit back and wait for one car to spawn, child. You can't do that. in like relationships too, to where an individual will be sitting back waiting for just like we end up putting ourselves in situations to where it's we'll sit back and put ourselves into like vampire or like parasitic relationships because we're waiting for one person's attention or one person's love. And it's like whenever you don't get it, you be upset. You want to sit back and sit and, you know, say, oh, you want to do all that other type shit. And it's like, nobody told you to sit back and wait for one person. Like, you decide to put your life on hold. And so we have to take accountability for whenever we do that in terms of putting our lives on hold and waiting for other people. Like it comes down to you really having to realize that that doesn't make sense at all. Like all it's doing is causing you to like mentally and physically decline whenever you sit back and wait for somebody. Like, because that's what I had happen. Past relationships, sitting back waiting for an ex to act right, or you know what I'm saying, get it together. I don't got time for that. I got to go. I gotta go. So that's why I'm like, sometimes we have to realize that it's time to go. You know, y'all not gonna have that type of connection. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna have that type of connection. So sometimes it's good for you not to sit back and wait. Otherwise, you find yourself in a situation where you're putting your life on hold. Then you want to blame other people for the fact that you put your life on hold for one individual. You waiting for that one person to message you, to call you, to text you, to try and smooth things up. And it's not going to happen because that person done went on and moved on with their life. And, you know, they living their life and all this other stuff. So now it's like you done put your whole life on hold waiting for somebody else. And it's like, that's not what we want to teach our kids. Put your life on hold for somebody. That's not what we want to teach our kids. You know what I'm saying? No, ma'am. Don't do that. Don't do put your life on hold for somebody that's just not willing to do any types of internal work in terms of trying to like make themselves better. Like all the time they're always in a chaotic state, you know what I'm saying, causing trouble, doing like no. We can't be around. We can't, you know, it's a shift going on. And some people going to get left behind in the shift, you know what I'm saying, that we're moving into. So that's another thing that we have to realize and just come to terms with, that not everybody can be brought into the shift of what we're going into right now. Some people will end up being left behind in this love shift that we have going on. Some people are not going to be able to expand and open up in that way. Some people going to have to learn the hard way whenever it comes to this love shift that's going on. Some people's going to be very stagnant. They're going to be sitting back wishing that they would have shifted over and said, okay, let me embrace it more, so that way they can come onto their path. But whenever you're against it, you keep pushing against the energy, all that's going to happen is a whole bunch of frustration. I know, babe. I can feel twin. But yeah. So, I mean, whenever you shift over to the love energy, that's whenever we have situations to where we manifest like our twin flames, our soulmates and stuff like that, instead of constantly manifesting our karmic partners or going through a karmic cycle. Sometimes you're not realizing what it is that this is trying to push you towards. Sometimes it's not always trying to push you towards loving another person. It's trying to push you towards loving yourself. You have been in a situation to where you haven't loved yourself for so long, and it's like it becomes very toxic and it becomes very normal for you to sit down and not love yourself. And sometimes we're not able to realize that we are stuck within that reality of not loving ourselves. Instead, we're looking for it within others. So it's like, this is where the frustration comes in. Whenever an individual has moved on into a relationship, they're no longer communicating with you. You're not realizing the fact of you need to love yourself and stop giving that person power and energy over you. Because regardless, it's one of those things where everybody's going to see like, oh yeah, that person got power over you because of how you're acting and your emotional state and what you're displaying. So it's like, you know, so now you have put yourself in your lower self. Hey, what's up, y'all? I just seen everybody. I've been seeing y'all in here, but you know, I was talking and shit like that going on. Y'all sound off in the comments. Let me know what y'all got going on too. Y'all could chime in. Don't be sitting back. Oh, like y'all can't talk and chime in and stuff. Y'all can chime in and talk too. Let me know how y'all feel shifting over this new shift that's going on. If some of y'all might still be stuck in the same state, if your relationship's still stuck in the same state. So that's why I said not everybody's going to be ready to embrace the shift, especially because it's like we have molded our society into being held back from the love shift. So it's like now we're having to like redo things in terms of like remolding like our viewpoint in terms of being actually to love everyone and not looking at, and you know what I'm saying, like now it's like we actually need to look at people in terms of their spirit and not look at the form that we're in, and actually love that person for who they are, regardless of whatever flaws or whatever. But like I said, certain individuals don't want to hop into the shift. So those individuals, it's not going to be one of those things to where we need to sit back and force ourselves to love those individuals. This is the other thing that those people have to understand too. No one's going to force, that to happen in terms of, because this is what they want. They want for someone to hold their hand to bring them into the shift. We're not doing that. You're either with it or you're just going to be held behind. And once you do be held behind, it's going to take you some time to realize, like, oh, things have shifted over. And this is where you find yourself around 50, 60 years old with nobody, because you wasn't with the shift. Instead, you was with the previous shift of shake that booty, pop that ad, getting you know what I'm saying, all types of stuff. You was still stuck in that previous state. Like, we're not in that no more. A lot of people are able to find, like, actual true love, their flames and stuff like that. So this is what we're pushing towards. This is what we're going into. And it's one of those things to where it was like it was just supposed to happen. It wasn't like, it was just, the world was just like, it's time to find some sort of balance within relationships and within people and stuff like that. So it's like one of those things to where we can't really even control it. It's just supposed to happen, in terms of us just being able to love, period. Because as we see the state that we were stuck in, so much like animosity, tension, hate, and stuff like that, and it's like it kept everybody very low vibrational in terms of their thinking, in terms of being able to even communicate and stuff like that. Like, we see the effects of us being stuck in that previous shift of tension, hate, bringing each other down and stuff like that. And now we see the positive effects of us moving over into the new shift of love. Hey, what's popping? Now we see the positive effects of us being able to move into the new shift of love. People are actually, their creative aspects are coming out more because people are pursuing what they love. Then they're connecting with individuals who love what they love. So now it's like, we have a whole positive thing going on, and it's like it's helping to raise the vibration, so that way the kids growing up, they're able to feel this too, and they're able to prosper, and they're able to be more creative than what it is that we are, because we're already, we're already getting old and stuff like that. We're still able to teach our children, but it's like these kids that's growing up, they're able to like come about in a more, like, their creativity has grown, their minds are able to blossom quicker, faster. They're able to come up with the newest, latest shit before we can, type shit. Like, we already see that. Like, we got freaking baking competitions with freaking 8-year-olds on it and stuff like that. Like, they cooking just like how the adults is cook. Like, they could actually go and manage a goddamn restaurant. When the hell did that come about? Like, when did that type of shit come about? Like, we got stuff like that going down on TV, and it's like, oh shit. Like, it's cool because you're able to see, like, the little minds, like how all that love energy plays out in terms of forming their little minds, so that way they could be prosperous and pursue what they want. We got stuff like that happening whenever it comes to our kids. So this is why it's important for us to just embrace it and not constantly push against it, because we see the results of us pushing against it. We see it. We see the results of us pushing against it in terms of our friendships, family members, and stuff like that. A lot of them are pushing against it, and look at where they at. Same emotional state, not able to fucking get anywhere, because they're fighting it. They're fighting it. So they're not manifesting anything. Instead, they constantly find themselves in a situation to where they're jealous or envious of the individuals that are embracing the shift, that are just going with the flow and being like, you know what? I love myself. I love whatever it is that I'm doing. I'm going to freaking do this. I'm going to pursue this. This is what happens. I know I said that for a reason. That was somebody. That must have been my son. Over there saying that. I must have picked up on my spiritual son. But yeah, so once we're able to get into that, then yeah. But like I said, it's gonna be a lot of people push against it. I say it's one of those things to where let them do what they want. You know what I'm saying? We can't. Not everybody's gonna ride the current. All we can do is provide an example, and like I said, slowly over time, people will decide to say, you know what? This is what it is. This is what everybody's moving towards. Of course, we're going to have individuals that's against it, whatever. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we all live our lives, What's important is that you're happy within yourself and what it is that you're doing. So whenever you have that, then you're able to expand, and, that energy you'll pass on to others. But, I don't know. See, we was in that, like, about 2020, 2021, and stuff like that. We was all in that toxic state. Every relationship was toxic, and I mean, it happened like that to have us come into this shift. So it's like those that didn't realize why the relationship was toxic or what was so toxic about the relationship. This is where we're seeing those individuals, those why individuals are going to be held back. You know what I'm saying? Those why individuals sitting back can't see nothing. Why is it that, they're going to be stuck. It does not compute. They gonna be stuck, but the individuals that did decide, what, okay, this is what's going on. I see the shift in terms of the love going on, and relationships being more prosperous, and maybe the energy's pushing me this way for a reason. I gotta separate from this person for a reason. The individuals that just embraced it and went along with it ended up manifesting situations to where they could have met twin flame soulmate, someone to actually love. But we just have a lot of people that's in that toxic state. Yeah, you should. You should. I mean, like I said, that's how you embrace the shift instead of sitting back going against it. Having yourself open to new love, yeah, and actually feeling like you're worth love. But you need to work on yourself first before you decide to worry about shifting into trying to love somebody else type shit. So that's the first thing too. So a lot of people will sit back and go against the energy or the shift and not realize the fact of y'all need to love yourselves. So that's what you're not paying attention to. So we'll sit back, and sometimes we'll sit back and see that's the thing. You got into that I want to raise my hand and be like, I'm single. But it's like that's cool that you single, but that clearly shows that you probably the frustrating one. So that's why you single. You single for a reason. You raise your hand for a reason. Talking about you single, and hopefully you find somebody that's worth it and all that stuff. You raise your hand for a reason. Sometimes you end up showing yourself just by being the first student in the class to raise their hand and say some dumb shit. Okay, sometimes you show your card in terms of, yeah, it's you holding back from shifting in the energy. You one of those people got out of a bad relationship, let me move into another relationship and manifest the same goddamn shit because I ain't took time to be by myself and be happy with myself. So yeah, raise that hand, raise it up high, honey. Okay, we got you. Yep. We see you, honey. Okay, I'm glad you was proud. Look, proud to throw themselves under the bus and get ran over. We just ran somebody over. All right, we won't keep it moving. Nigga, play the GTA music. I got 3 stars. What's up? We just ran that ass over. Why you want to be the first one to get thrown up under the car, up under the bus, and get ran the fuck over? Why? But sometimes people just be in that energy, and that's why I'm like, you just show me what energy you in. You in that I want to be ran over energy. And I just collected 3 stars off your ass. Thank you. So yeah. And don't worry, I could call Lester up. Hey, Lester, I need my stars taken away. And they'll end up shoot. So yeah, I called Lester. I paid a little $10 or something like that. He take my stars away. Okay, so yeah. Ooh, y'all gotta unlock that. Okay. Y'all gotta unlock that where you get the little you get the little hover plane and shit like that you could send a little hover plane to going like a little UFO to going like fuck somebody up type shit. I got that. I could just actually Babe had unlocked that. Babe is the one that unlocked that. He unlocked the little and I ended up getting it because he unlocked it. So he unlocked the little thing. You call up the little hovercraft, the little alien thing, and it goes and like hovers over the city and it fucks somebody up real quick and like fuck them up because they was acting stupid. Then next thing you know, okay, boy, we good. Back one like the little hovercraft shit. But yeah, so it'd be funny though. You can't be in that energy of being the first one to raise your hand. You can't be in that energy. Sometimes you end up showing. First one to raise their hand in class, sometimes that means that you ain't learning shit. You just here to be seen, to be the first one to raise your hand. Okay, that's another thing. Just be here to just be seen type shit. Try not to be in that energy. I said that for a reason. So that's you right there. You just here to be seen type shit. Try not to be like that. I'm good. I am good. I'm chilling, charging up, relaxing. Um, we discussing relationships and all types of craziness that people be in. But yeah, so people gotta understand that sometimes it's not good to be the first one in class raising your goddamn hand. Sometimes you need to. And some of y'all be coming to class and not prepared with no types of paper, pencil, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about paper and pencil. I'm talking about in terms of like brain. Some of y'all just be coming to class, showing up to class just to show up to class. And I'm going to need y'all to stop doing that, okay? Because if you're going to be in my classroom, you're going to at least have your brain here, okay? And not have that bitch sitting outside the classroom. This is why I be talking about. Some of y'all just come into class. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Them badass kids that, they be skipping class and shit like that. And they just come in the classroom just so that way they could get credit for it. No, I'm marking your shit a F. Your shit's a F. You're failing. Okay, I'm not gonna be that nice teacher to sit back and pass that person. No, you're failing. You got an F. Okay, let's put it up there. You done got a motherfucking F. Stop getting Fs in my class. Now, see, whenever we switch over and mom comes, she gonna end up beating your ass because all you did was fail classes. Some people still haven't passed their grades. Some people still not passing high school. They still sitting in high school type shit, and we still sitting back having to teach their asses. Like, we in that energy. Um, we in that energy to where some people just come into the class. We have some of the females, they like just come into the class, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they done skip class the whole time because they was out with a boyfriends or, they little men's that they was talking to or girlfriends or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they don't pay attention to nothing. So this is why we have a whole bunch of individuals that's just, to where the teacher just be like, what are you here for? What are you here for? Because you keep raising your hand. You keep raising your hand. You keep wanting to be seen. But every time you come into class, you showing me that you want to be seen for other things. You come in with a little short skirt on. You come in with a little shirt unbuttoned and shit like that. Like, why are you sitting back trying to put that, like, you know what I'm saying? Who are you trying to be seen by? The little boys in the classroom? Because it's like, girl, you're not here for educational purposes, and I can see it. You're here for thought purposes. Purposes. Daffy Duck. Thought purposes. You a thought, okay? You fucking thought. Goddamn thought. And some of y'all be bad as shit in these high school classes. Be coming into class, y'all be drinking before class. So that's why I'm like, well, I can't talk to y'all. Y'all be drunk before class. What the fuck you think I'm gonna teach you? It's gonna be out the window tomorrow or in the next couple hours. Your drunk ass gonna go to sleep. Forget that shit. Okay? I'm gonna need y'all to stop coming into class drunk. I'm gonna need y'all to stop coming into class like thoughts. Okay? Let's stop doing that. You're not learning anything. You're just coming in to sit with your little group of thought friends. Because, it don't just be one thought in the classroom. It be a couple thoughts in the classroom. So now you're just going to go sit with your little thought friends and y'all just trying, talk about what y'all going to do after class and all this other shit. Instead of learning from the teacher that's trying to teach you. Like, y'all not learning shit. But it's because y'all in that thought energy. And this is what I'm talking about. People not embracing and just being open to, like, the shift that we're in terms of love. Instead, they still stuck in the previous shift that, as we see, did not get us anywhere in terms of emotional state or anything. So, that's where we at right now. A whole bunch of little thoughts in the classroom. Child, but my class is closed. My class, this is AP class, so that's how I'm like, whoever put you in my class, I'm finna put you out. Because no. I'm finna call up whoever. I'm finna call up the principal and let them know I'm tired of dealing with you. You're not gonna be in my class no more because this is AP class. This is AP class. You get college credits for this. You know what I'm saying? This is college type stuff. We pass high school type stuff. This is advanced. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff for way beyond high school. So if you're not going to listen, because the principal put me in charge as the teacher for a reason, clearly, because I pay attention to the AP shit that's being taught. So if you're not going to listen, then you're going to get out the class, because we're not having that. We're not having that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how high school was. AP classes was always for the advanced students. I love AP psychology. Like, I don't, that's why I'm like this now. And the worst part was, I did have moments to where I was doing bad in that class, but it's like, I was the type of person to where school didn't benefit me in that type of scenario. Like, you know, like school, like it was there, but it's like, I had to learn from like experience, you know, like that type of shit. Like school, like all the subjects in school, I had to learn through like actual life type stuff. Like, it's so weird. But yeah, some of y'all do the same thing too. A lot of y'all, in fact, all of us, not even some of you, yeah, I'm gonna say some of y'all, because a lot of us is just in the same shift. Like I said, low thoughts. So that's why I'm like, I can only say it's a group of us. Some of us do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But some of y'all get lost along the way, and you know, all the types of stuff y'all don't want to learn in the class. Y'all get lost along the way. Y'all start to see that you're failing the class, and then once you start to see that you're failing the class, it puts you in that situation to where you don't want to sit back and say, let me raise my grade. Instead, it's let me raise my skirt type shit, and the teacher's not interested in that. So it's like, you know, like, why? Child. It don't make sense. I gotta move my charge over here. It don't make sense. What y'all be doing? What y'all be doing? What y'all be doing? Okay, y'all know this is an AP class. Like, stop. Stop. Y'all come to the A. That's why I'm like, some of y'all, you must have just got placed here because no other classes was open. No other classes was open, so it's like, let's put this person in the AP class. No other class is open. Put them there. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if the teacher can handle them. No, teacher decides to switch up some days. Teacher might come up in a professional suit some days, or some days, teacher, this is one of them kind of like ghetto good schools. Like, you know, it's like in between type shit, you know? You might get the little teacher that's in the suit one day, or the teacher might come in a motherfucking robe, you know what I'm saying? With a ruler, talking about, Come on, motherfuckers, you know, like, it all depends. It all depends. Teacher might not care that day, you know what I'm saying? Hair might be tied up. It might be in a bun, like, all right, but we still gonna learn something. We still gonna learn something. Either way, I come up in here, we still gonna learn something. If not, get out the class, okay? Don't come in here, okay, yep, talking stupid. I'm put you out the class. Put you out the class. You're gonna have to come back tomorrow, or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. We'll have to figure it out. But yeah, that's just how life goes. Like we said, life is where we learn, and we have a lot of individuals, whenever we could see it, whenever we're in relationships, a lot of individuals that don't want to learn. We could see it from our friendships, a lot of individuals that don't want to learn. We could see it from just like everywhere around. People don't want to learn. So yeah, just gonna have to get it together. Gonna have to get it together. You say you was an honor roll student in school. Why you put the little sweating emojis? That means that you was a lie. Was you an honor roll student? Or was your ass lying sometimes? Sometimes you was in the class sleep sometimes and shit like that. Talking about, but you woke up just in time so that way you could catch a little bit of information. So when the test come, you already knew, like, okay, yeah, that's what it was on the test. You know, so you was that type of person. We might have found you in the back with a couple snacks or something, sleep and shit, knocked out or some shit like that. But then you wake up just in time, like, okay, yep, and you get that pass. You get that pass. You get that pass. Yo, yeah, I swear that's how it is. Like, some of y'all just was like, all right, yeah, let me sleep, but I might wake up in time. And then some of y'all might not wake up in time. Some of y'all might just say, fuck it. And then I pass out the test, motherfuckers don't pass. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm letting the principal know, now in which the principal already know y'all grades. So the principal just like, yeah, this is who's not going to be a teacher when they get older. You know what I'm saying? Because we all, whenever we come into class, we be like, what's everybody's career goal and stuff like that. What's everybody want to be? Everybody say their career goals. They want to be this. They want to be that. They want to be this. They want to be that. Okay, cool. Now we start sitting back. We doing the tests and stuff like that. We seeing like, okay, we got individuals that's okay. They might have had some bad. Okay, but they picking up. Oh shit. Oh shit. They excelling. And then we got other individuals that's like, oh, okay. Okay, so now the principal looks at the grades and like, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. This person said they want to be what? They want to be a teacher. They want... Not that teacher. Not that teacher. We can, put you in this class. So maybe you could teach that to the individuals that's on that level over there. Maybe you could do that over there. But, the people that's really passing and stuff, we're going, all right, yeah, you going to be okay, yeah. Okay, cool. We could ride with that. We could ride with that. You know what I'm saying? So, and some, like I said, some individuals have to learn the hard way too. You said I was that kid with the snacks back in the day, but be getting robbed because other classmates was asking for my food. No, ma'am. I wasn't like that back in the day. Okay. Back in the day, I was that kid that was, you asked for something, what you want? I was that kid, what you want? Like, okay, and if I don't like you, then I'm gonna be ready to fight you. So, like, what's up? It's all about the energy that you meet me with. But yeah, I was that kid. They had all the snacks. You know what I'm saying? I had snacks. I only had one friend that I would share snacks with, though. Like, whenever I was in high school, there was only one person I would share snacks with. Like, he was really cool. So that's the only reason why I would share snacks with him, because he was really cool. And then, like, later on, it ended up, like, afterwards turning into, like, this relationship and stuff like that. And then, like, we ended up, yeah. So there was only one person I would share snacks with in high school. Like, yeah, I couldn't do that. Mm-mm. I wouldn't share snacks with everybody. Yeah, you was the one asking. Oh, child, no, not you not having your own snacks. You the person asking. Child, and the worst part is, like, everybody got their partners who they share snacks with. So it's like, you gotta bring your own snack. Otherwise, you just gonna be left, like, at the table looking sad type shit. Like, everybody got their partner that they sharing snacks with. Like, that's how we was in high school. We had people that we shared snacks with. Like, I only had one person I was sharing snacks with. So, like, he would always be like, let me have some chips. I'd be like, yeah, here you go. Give him chips and shit like that. Or, like, he would give me some chips and stuff. Like, so it's like we would all have our partners in high school that we would share snacks with. You was left out. That's not good. That's not good. So that's why I'm like, you gotta bring your own snacks in that situation. You can't be looking for snacks for others. Oh, I was late. I couldn't grab. Oh, okay. Oh, you was one of them people that we was talking about. Oh, okay. You was one of them people we talking about that come to class, you don't learn shit, you might have been running late, you might not even came to class with socks on, you might have just came in goddamn shoes and what I'm saying, some shit like that. You was running so goddamn late, forgetting shit, not knowing this, not aware of this, like your ass was just all lost. Shit, there was a lot of days to where your ass wasn't even on the bus, okay? A lot of days, that's why I wasn't even on the bus. Your ass had to walk to school, or hopefully somebody will come by in that little horse and buggy. Hopefully somebody will come by in a horse and buggy and pick you up, give you or you was late because we all had parents that didn't have all the money, you know what I'm saying? Our parents were still working and doing shit too, so you was late because the car wouldn't start up, you know what I'm saying? You had to wait to get a jump start, and then it still wouldn't start up. So back in the day, we didn't even have Lyft and Uber like that, so you had to call a taxi station. You was really working with... Midnight taxi to the school. You was really working with some back in the day. Oh gosh, like there was because I wasn't like that. If my car wasn't working in high school, I could call my man up and be like, babe, come pick me up. He would come pick me up real fast because I always dated like the dudes that had like chargers. So babe, like he used to have a charger and just come pick me up type shit, and then we just I'll be at school like like that, like you know what? So you was in there all my life. I had to fight. That's what I said. Child. You were fighting with everything. Like, you were fighting with everything, child. It don't make no sense. Why was you in that energy? Damn. Why was you in that energy? Lord. Hey. Your ass had a wall. It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. Not everybody had. Like, that's what I said. You know, we gotta just be appreciative of us coming up from the ground up, because not everybody had, you know, the boyfriend that had the charger to drive you to school and stuff like that. And like, you don't gotta do nothing. He pick you up, take you home. You might not even go home. You might be going over to his house type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Spending all day over there. So it's like stuff like that. But you know, that's back in the day. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Everybody stay in school now. Everybody stay in school. That's what everybody used to do whenever they was bad back in the day. Be trying to skip class with their little boyfriends and stuff like that. No, keep your ass in school. But yeah. Yep. Yep. A whole bunch of people had that motherfucking had their boyfriends, and they had the chargers and stuff like that, and we zooming through the city type stuff, you know what I'm saying? We be in that city. Nah, me and Babe always, we be zooming around. We had the city on our back. Like Boost Mobile, everybody used to chirp us. Me and Babe had the Boost Mobile phones. Everybody used to chirp us too. Like, they used to chirp the hell out of our phone, like, where you at? I'd be like, babe, is that your phone chirping? He'd be like, yeah, my phone chirping. Like, I'm like, babe, my phone chirping too. Like, goddamn, every time. And every time the response was like, hey, the whole city behind us. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. That's where we at. We got the whole city on our back. We was pouring the ghetto project. Yeah, that's what I said. You just gotta be appreciative of where you came from, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody started out like that. A lot of us started out in the bottom, type shit, to where we had to work our way up. So hey, that's the way to build. That's the way to go. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be in that mind frame of being like, you know what? Even if I am at the bottom, I'm still gonna make it to the top. Bitch, regardless of what it is that you do, motherfucker, be jealous of me. You know what I'm saying? All that. I'm still gonna rise up. So it's like, you just can't. You just can't. So that's why I say you gotta appreciate that, because whenever you do rise up type shit and you do make it to the top, and sometimes you'll be at the top and you won't even be aware of it. But whenever you do rise up type shit and you do make it to the top, and it's like, it's one of those things to where, that's why I said it's all about your mentality in terms of what you think is prosperity, what you think is, you know, the top. You know, because individuals think that the top is this, is having all this or having all that. Sometimes it could just be the top in terms of your awareness or whatever. But you gotta appreciate that, because a lot of people that are at the top started out in the projects. Like, everybody at the top started out in some fuck shit or went through some fuck shit in a different type of way. We see this with like a lot of artists that's like in the industry stuff, and yeah, a lot of artists that's in the industry, to where they'll be like, yeah, I was in the hood type stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's good for you to start out like that, because when you do get to where you want to get to, or where whatever, it's like you still got that hood mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not in that energy of, okay, let me spend a rack on such and such. Like, no, bitch, hold on. We still gonna go make a meal at out of something. You know what I'm saying? Like that type. We still gonna eat some peanut butter and jelly. Okay, we still gonna start like that type stuff. You're not sitting back trying to live above your means. You in your tax bracket or living below your tax bracket, so that way you can accumulate money that is above your means type shit, and everybody can sit back and look at it and be like, oh, da 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 da, you know, talk about you type shit. But it's like, oh no, I learned from whenever I was at the bottom type shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll be feeling like that, like, oh, let me go spend whatever on clothes, or on jewelry, on whatever. But it's like, whenever you in that energy of still riding it out, like you still at the bottom, like you'll actually be able to accumulate and be able to look around you and be like, okay, this is actual wealth in terms of my way of thinking, not what I have. Because whenever I do have the actual wealth in terms of materialistically, in terms of like money wise, I know how to go about spending it properly instead of constantly having situations to where I reached a certain tax bracket. And this is how we see in terms of a lot of individuals that have a lot of money to where they'll reach a certain tax bracket. And this is why it's important for us to embrace the shift of loving ourselves, so that way individuals don't have to put themselves in situations to where they have to find love outside of themselves in terms of materialistic wise. They're constantly buying this, getting this, trying to get this type of female, trying to buy this type of female, trying to buy this type of thing in their life, trying to, and it's like you're still not internally happy. What happens is all the money ends up going out of your hands because you found happiness within that money instead of finding happiness within yourself. So once you lose all of that money, that's whenever we see individuals, we could use as an example, to where they have a very severe decline in terms of their mental health. And then this plays out in terms of their physical body as well, because they wasn't doing the things in terms of going with the shift and loving themselves. And it's not even really going with the shift, just loving yourself in general can produce this. So that's the other thing. Mm, 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 mm. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Yeah. No, and teach my kids and show them better. You said I was an introvert, still kind of is. We all got introvert type qualities. I feel like, we all have situations. It depends on the situations you put in, you're in and stuff like that. The people around you, you'll display these introvert qualities to where it's like certain individuals you don't want to talk to them, certain individuals you don't want to be around type stuff. So you'll just kind of like stay to yourself type thing. Ooh. So you'll just kind of stay to yourself instead of like really wanting to be around those. So it's like we all have introvert qualities. That's just a word, but we all have those qualities. Um, but yeah, sometimes it's good to be an introvert around certain people, or in certain situations, it's good to be introverted and just chilling. But yeah, so that's the thing that we need to learn, is to actually be happy within ourselves, not sitting back feeling like we need to go and spend bread on this and on that and on this and on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only going to manifest in, like I said, where we have individuals we could see as an example of them having this severe decline because they're not able to afford those things, like. And then sometimes it comes a situation to where, by you being so caught up in those things, you won't realize like, oh shit, I should have been investing into this type thing. You know what I'm saying? I should have been investing into this type shit. But it's like you're so caught up in the materialism, you're not able to see like, okay, if you would have invested time, energy, money into whatever, you could have seen better long-term outcomes or effects in your life rather than investing into that low vibrational shit. That's confirmation. But yeah. So this will also play out in terms of like relationships and like friendships. We'll see this to where an individual will sit back and they'll be so caught up and so lost in this and this, and trying to prove themselves and trying to make them present themselves a certain way and make other people feel some type of way about what it is that they have. And it's like all they're doing is just feeding into that demon that they have in terms of not feeling fulfilled within themselves. So that's really all they're doing, is trying to fill that hole. But really, that hole it's like a black hole. This is probably the definition of a goddamn black hole, honestly, is whenever you keep on trying to fill something up, and a black hole is actually within yourself. So it's not really something that's out there in space. It's actually something that's within yourself that you keep on trying to fill this emotional void with things, whether it be like drugs, whether it be money, whether it be another person type thing, but it never gets filled. So this is how you have to you have to learn how to close that black hole within yourself and actually put light to that situation, aka. So this is how we get to where us talking about a black hole is really us saying that you need to do shadow work. But yeah, um and this is why we be like, black holes could like suck you in because you're sucked in like your thoughts and feelings, low vibrational thoughts and feelings. So you have like this void within yourself that you end up getting sucked into. So yeah, that's really what a black hole is. And some individuals like to be in that black hole type energy. So this is how we seen that movie in terms of Get Out. That was kind of like symbolizing like a black hole type shit. And then certain individuals, we have situations where other people could put you in a black hole type situation as well. So you have to realize that too. So yeah, and you'll be forever fallen. And this is how we come across angels that are fallen, because they're stuck in that black hole, and the black hole being desires. So that's another thing. Your desire for whatever. So yeah. But sadly enough, like I said, certain individuals don't get out of that. What about the Bermuda Triangle? That's something that people get lost in, they never come back. So that would be you symbolizing you getting lost in like your thoughts or feelings and never being able to come back out of them, especially with it being out there in the water. It's like a triangle, three sides. So it's like you've been putting investing too much energy into something that you haven't, that's like it's not, you're not receiving anything. So um is the Bermuda Triangle real? Is there a place out there in the ocean that you could really get lost in? No, that's just situations to where people got lost in terms of wanting to, like, I guess, venture further out and see what else that the ocean has to offer, and they actually got lost type thing. Like they actually got lost at sea and couldn't come back type shit. So, my opinion, no, there's not a Bermuda Triangle. That's just you symbolizing you being lost in thoughts and feelings and emotions. So another symbolization, or just another way to say black hole, lost in a void type shit, and you not coming out of it. So words wise, yes, there is Bermuda Triangle, but it's within yourself. Black hole, yes, it's within yourself, type shit. Is it actually out there physically in the physical world? No, that's just people getting lost and going all the way out there into sea and not being properly prepared on their boat. So this is also symbolizing within ourselves as well. So this is helping you to understand people just venturing out there not being properly prepared. You know, they have a little boat. Next thing you know, some people are very much risk takers and decide to say, let me go all the way out there. And this could also be symbolizing too as well in terms of like our thoughts and thinking. So sometimes we could go too far out there in terms of our thoughts and thinking to where it's difficult for us to return to our own reality type situation. So that's how that plays out. Um, so try not to get lost in your own Bermuda Triangle, which is like your feelings, emotions, your thoughts, your thinking. Because yeah, that happens a lot with so you have to learn how to draw back. I don't know why I heard that. Who was asking about a Bermuda Triangle? Like that was so random. Like that was so random to come out like Bermuda Triangle. Like what the fuck? Who's thinking about that? Like we talk about black holes. Who took it to Bermuda Triangle? That was weird. Um, mm, That's interesting. Okay, so I was watching on like Discovery Channel to where there was like this pyramid that was underground that was like black or something that gives off like energy. Is that really true? That there's like a pyramid underground around like Alaska area that gives off energy? I think that's symbolizing how we are energy and our level of awareness. Sometimes, whenever our thinking is so low vibrational, we're not able to tap into that energy. So we're not able to bring it above ground, aka bring our thought, elevate ourselves in terms of our thinking or our feelings. Um, I think that would be very interesting if there was, though. I don't know. Me and Babe was watching that on like Discovery Channel. I forget what it's called because I had looked it up. There's like this it was like there's this pyramid that's like underground that gives off energy and it's like all black. But yeah, I feel like that's just a symbolization of um like how we be talking about like aliens and stuff like that. It's just symbolized. It's just another way to say that we need to bring stop being so low vibrational with ourselves, be able to bring those thoughts up in terms of our feelings, emotions, and all that. And we are the energy. So sometimes it's like energy that we don't know that we could tap into. So this is why they said it's underground in Alaska in the cold part. So sometimes we are so toxic. We're so stuck in those like we're not aware. We're so stuck in that like low vibrational, like cold thinking type shit. Like I don't know. It's like it makes sense though. It makes sense. It's hard for us to like unlock ourselves in the aspect. Let me see. Do you feel like there's another civilization, new species that are under us? Um, that's funny. No, of new species that are under us. No and yes. So you're basically talking about us. You're basically talking about our children. So yes. But like in terms of like, I'm saying no because like you could be like, oh, there's like a new species. Like people be thinking like, so we be so like outward thinking that like it's like different shapes of people type. No, you're talking about our children. So yes, there is a different civilization of people. This would be what that is symbolizing. Symbolizing. You're getting lost in terms of thinking that it's actual like different people, like a alien walking around among us type shit. Like no, there's just that would be symbolizing our children with a new level of awareness. So yes, there's a new species that's under us, and by them taking into the shift, that would be technically yeah, a new species, new civilization, new, because whenever we talk about civilization, that is brought together by, our thoughts, our feelings, and things like that. This is how we end up creating a civilization, a nation, and things like that. So, yeah, our children would be that. Um, in the Earth's crust, what does that have to do with anything? Oh, okay. So I'm take it the Earth's crust. What are you talking about? Is there a new civilization of people in the Earth's crust? Well, I broke that down in terms of a new civilization, but in the Earth's crust, well, in the Earth's crust, what does that refer to? But yeah, there is a civilization, new species that are under us, and this could also be symbolized in, like I said, um, this is even what's going on now, on a broader level, to where, it can be seen as there being a new species, which is just a new level of awareness, thought process, feelings, and emotions than the previous generation or than the older generation that's above us. So, yes, they're technically, or not really technically, but we're kind of seen as a new species. So, yeah. Um, and really, all we are is like their children and their thoughts, but we just have a different level of awareness because we're able to see like some of the mistakes that they made and some of the things that they're doing and stuff like that, and we're able to provide them with a different level of perspective. So this is how we have things in terms of people being able to elevate, like our kids. We're seeing our kids being able to elevate, like in terms of just being very creative, like underground, like the hollow earth theory. I never heard of that hollow earth theory in the earth's crust. I was curious about it and stuff. Hollow earth theory. So let me look this up. Like, I've never heard of that. I'm about to look this up and see what this is. There's a concept proposing that the planet Earth is entirely hollow or contains a substantial interior space. So basically, if you was to drill into the earth, you wouldn't find anything. That doesn't make sense because whenever we drill into the earth, we're clearly, there's dirt there. So um, that's that really doesn't make sense to me. I feel like yeah, it sounds like science fiction. Hollow Earth theory is actually symbolizing yourself. So since we are a product of this planet, of this Earth, I feel like that would be symbolizing yourself in terms of like your level of awareness. You can be very hollow if there's nothing inside you in terms of like your level of awareness. So yeah, that's not, no. Like that's weird. It's supposed to be underground tunnels and cave systems that lead to other species. Underground tunnels and cave systems that lead to other species. So different thought processes and different levels of awareness can lead us to having individuals like how we have now grow up with a higher level of thinking or awareness, based upon them accumulating so many thought process and patterns from their environment and everything around them. So no, that's just a science fiction type thing. Whenever you start going into us finding other species, you're talking about us drilling into the earth, which we've already done, and we seeing that all we get is dirt. And you're talking about there being people under there, just running around having cave systems and stuff. We do have that in terms of like, if you go out to parts of LA and stuff like that, there are people that live underground type shit. But this could also be symbolizing in terms of their way of thinking, like, they haven't elevated their level of awareness. But no, you're not going to find like a totally different species of people living underground unless you decide to go to LA or some shit like that. Because I've seen that in like it was one of these documentaries. I don't know if it's in LA, but there's people that do live underground, like within like the tunnels and the sewer system and stuff like that. So yeah, based upon their environment, they can be seen as like a different species in terms of like if they like, because we are like our environment can mold us and our level of awareness, and then also in terms of just the things that we're experiencing. So if you're in like the sewers, you know what I'm saying, like things is gonna happen to you in terms of like certain body parts might, you know what I'm saying, or like shit like that. And so yeah, you can end up de-evolving to a point. So you can be seen as like a different level of species. So yeah, you're going into evolution and things too. Um so yo, what's up? So yeah, that's definitely not making sense. Surface exo the polar openings or caves. So yeah, that's definitely, I'm feeling like your level of awareness. Some of us could be very hollow, not understanding ourselves. It could seem as though we're hollow, as if nothing's inside, because our level of care for ourselves and others. So I feel like that's where the hollow earth comes from, and you are the planet, so you are your own planet type shit. So you are the earth type shit. So yeah, your level of thinking can be shallow, hollow, same shit. See the play on words. This is how you understand. Uh, how about reptilian? Oh well, I don't know about what y'all be having going on, child, but I don't know what y'all be having going on, child. But yeah, y'all go ahead and do that. uh, how about reptilians? Okay. Yeah, I feel like that could be a thing too. If your dick isn't working, you might need to use a strap on type shit. So yeah, we can put ourselves emotionally and mentally in a state to where it's difficult for us to get our private area to work, and like this is where you see yourself. So it's basically you end up blocking certain hormones from being able to be received to certain parts of your bodies. And whenever you do block certain hormones, this is how it's difficult for you to get stimulated. So yeah, certain individuals do need to use that because their things aren't working. So this will be situations to where like you'll find frustration. You might have to go above and beyond in order for you to be stimulated. You might have to take certain things, alcohol, drugs, in order for you to even reach that point of stimulation, but it always comes back down. Like it's never like one of those things to where it like it can naturally be stimulated by your hormones. You always have to use other inhibitors to like stimulate those hormones to kind of like make that part move or go. So yeah. But like I said, it's all about your level of awareness, your emotional state, your feelings and things, and that'll cause situations like that to where you'll always be flaccid. Like it's hard for you to get hard. It'll always be flaccid type thing. And this will be situations to where we'll see individuals be very unconfident within themselves. You know, it's difficult for them to really find anybody type thing. They might want certain partners because they feel stimulated by certain partners type thing. Someone that's very lost and not realizing the fact that they need to go within themselves and see what's causing this situation to where they're not able to stimulate their body parts. It also plays out in females too. This is why I said it's very important for you guys to be careful whenever it comes to females having to take on energy, exchange energy whenever it comes to males, because it can be very damaging to your womb, because this is a whole nother chakra right here that you are using and utilizing, and not all the times that chakra will be able to be utilized or stimulated, and it'll also play out in situations to where you'll be infertile for males and females. So this can lead to very much frustrating situations to where you'll have to take certain vitamins and a whole bunch of pills and things in order for you to even come about as being fertile. And even that won't work because your mental state of awareness and your emotion and your feelings and it not being able to stimulate or rise that body part or that area within yourself. So yeah, that's how it plays out in terms of individuals needing that. Yes. Um, how about reptilians? What are we defining as reptilians? Whenever I think of that, I think of a chameleon. And whenever I think of a chameleon, I think of a person that's able to take on different shapes and different forms. And that would also be a symbolizing of our level of awareness. So you'll see this play out in your everyday to where we are in some aspect reptilians, to where whenever you go to work, you're acting a different way in order for you to keep that job, right? Whenever you come home, you're acting a different way around the person that you love. Whenever you do this, so whenever you're in the, you know what I'm saying, based upon your environment, yes, you can be symbolizing of a reptile, to where and I like to think a chameleon, to where you're constantly changing colors, and colors being feelings and emotions in your thought process. So yeah, in that aspect, I think that we're all reptilians. I feel like certain individuals know how to do it better. So this is how we get into situations to where individuals know how to use mental manipulation and how to use emotional manipulation to their advantage. Um, all right, so we have an idiot in the class. All right, there we go. And this is how people get put out the class. Come back later. Come back later. Teacher just put you out of class. Come back later. Come back later. Come back later. Okay, I told you we're in AP class. Okay, I told y'all that. We're in AP class right now. Come back later. I love talking about different theories. Yeah, me too, because it's like so mentally like stimulating and it's so cool too. And then it's also cool to see like everybody's different level of awareness in terms of these theories and like these things that goes on. But yeah, whenever we talk about like, reptilians and stuff like that, like we start going so deep into like thinking that it's actually something that we could see and be like, okay, we could see a person with a reptile and we could see their eye. Like, no, it's things to where it's a person's level of awareness and their emotional state and shit like that. So no, it's not really like, it's not like I'm looking it up now, like, in terms of like, yeah, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. We get lost in that. It's one of those things to where it's just one of those theories that we like to go very far in terms of like aliens and Sasquatch and Bigfoot. Me and Babe was talking about that the other day too. Like, who believes in Sasquatch type thing? Like, or who believes it? Like, you know what I'm saying? But this stuff is just like it's there. Like, who believes? Y'all remember? What's the other thing? And I think the Spanish got like what's the it starts with a C. Or like leprechauns and stuff like that. Whenever we talk to leprechaun, I say whenever we talk to leprechauns, Lord, who thinks that they're talking to a leprechaun? Lord, get out the chat. What? This is AP. It's AP. Oh gosh. Whenever we talk about leprechaun, because somebody must think that they're talking to a leprechaun type thing. No, we're not talking to a leprechaun. This is somebody that's able to easily manifest based upon their level of awareness. So they might come across to see them luckier than others. They're always able to reach that pot of gold, which means they're always able to accomplish their goals. And then whenever we think, okay, you're able to find a leprechaun at the end of the rainbow being you being able to see past everything that's going on in this world and you being able to be happy within yourself and you being able to accomplish things. And then at the same time, you maybe even being able to lead others to that pot of gold, but hey, they don't want to. Fuck it, they're not coming along on the journey. It is what it is. Native American culture, and they have this thing called Wendigos and Skinwalkers. Apparently, they supposed to be inhabiting national parks and are dangerous. What? Inhabiting national park? Okay, so yeah, your level of awareness is messed up. You're worried about a culture, Native American culture. Okay, so yeah, you're worried about trying to learn about a culture, but it's like really those are just people that here we go. So who wants to talk about this? I already know. I'm Cherokee. So now let's get into Native American. So you're really talking about a culture of people that just didn't give a fuck, honestly. That's just it. People that just didn't give a fuck, honestly. You know what I'm saying? They was all down for just being themselves and tapping into themselves. Like they just didn't give a shit. They just wanted to actually be with the earth and with the land. And it's having this okay, yeah. You're lost in terms of saying that it's dangerous. So it's basically, one of those things to where if everybody would have followed this concept type thing, everybody would have just, I don't know, we wouldn't be able to program people and putting them in a state of, feeling like they need to rely on materialistic things. That's basically it. If everybody would have adapted that concept of being like the Native Americans and just not giving a fuck and being themselves, you would be like me right now instead of worrying about social media appearances, likes, and all that other shit. That's just basically what it is. And they was at national parks, so they always wanted to be with the earth. They always wanted to be, around what it is that made them feel, like themselves. And that was just being grounded in terms of their thinking and their awareness. So, yeah, you're worried about like a culture type thing. Yeah, it's cool, but it's really just you needing to just be yourself because that's what they was. They was themselves, who's thinking Pocahontas? I know this. Who's thinking Pocahontas? So yeah. She didn't care. She just was able to speak with the animals, talk to the animals, something that whereas she just was what we was all able to do whenever we become aware of ourselves and aware of the fact that we're connected to this earth. We could all of our females could be Pocahontas. All of our males can be male Indians, chiefs. Yeah, there we go, chiefs and stuff of the tribes of the. I say yeah, the tribes. Yeah, but and why are you saying that people experiencing these creatures like it's something like mysterious and different? Is that how y'all see it? Like we're like mysterious and different like creatures type shit? That's weird. And that's like a different your level of thinking is off by you calling motherfuckers creatures type shit. You're in like a collector type mindset to where you like want to collect these types of things type shit. That's what that sound like. That doesn't sound like what the Native Americans would be siding with in terms of wanting to collect all of us type shit. Like that's weird. Um, but I'm not scared of it. But it was just fascinating by what they talking about. Yeah, like why you like you can't classify them in a different like bracket like that. Like this, like I said, it's a level of awareness that we're all able to reach. So I don't like you using that in terms of calling them creatures type shit. Like I don't know in terms of like, and it doesn't even mean just them. Like just anybody. Like it just makes it feel like that's a pet that you want to put in a cage type. Like that's weird. You can't do that. You have to just let them be free and be themselves. Um, like that's just weird for you to classify it as that. And that just shows your level of awareness too for you to use that. But at the same time, I understand because maybe it's just, you're not good with words. Like I'm gonna try and give an excuse to it. Maybe you're not good with words like how I am, and sometimes you just say shit and you're really like, it's like you be saying shit, but it's like, the shit that you're trying to say is like, yeah, they're different in terms of their thinking and their level of awareness. So they're seen as like, but I don't like that creatures. That's so weird. Like it's so weird. So weird. No, it's like supposed to be some people with black magic and stuff called Wendigos and Skinwalker. Those are just individuals. Whenever we talk about black magic, that's just individuals that's using their level of awareness to reach low vibrational states and keep others in a low vibration. That's all that is. Whenever we talk about black magic. And then y'all just put names behind it so that way it sounds Skinwalker, Skywalker. We all are able to utilize some sort of magic which is within yourself, which is why I said it depends on your level of awareness and emotional state in terms of you being able to even utilize this energy. So this is where we get Star Wars from. Um, and this is where we get like superheroes from, and this is why, on a higher level in terms of like not everybody being able to wake up in terms of the level of awareness, it actually also to a certain degree makes it kind of cool too, because it's like we have like certain superhero type squads. Like not everybody could be a superhero type shit, not everybody could be the villain type shit. So it's like this is why we have it to where it's like every day we doing Star Wars type shit and everybody like got their lightsaber like you know what I'm saying, we hop into like I don't know, it's like people be like, you know what, fuck it, let's hop into the spirit world right now. Let's do some shit. And then that's when the good side comes and they're like, nah, fuck that. We all in. Next thing you know, we all got a big ass Star Wars battle, like that type shit. Or a big ass like X-Men battle going on, like you know what I'm saying? And then like, yeah, Cyclops like, yo, call Storm. All right, click, put on the little suit like that. We all hop in, not even really putting on a suit. We all hopping into the spiritual realm in terms of level of awareness, knowing like, okay, this is what's going on. Then the villains, they got their suits on and shit like that. They was already ready because they already like, all right, let's plan an attack right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it right now. So they all suited up and ready and shit. So that's when the superheroes like, oh shit, city's under attack. Let's go. Boom. Now we gotta go. Now we got all suit up. Like whether you want it or not, whether you eating, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting back eating type shit. You gonna be a superhero, motherfucking eating type shit. But it's like, nope, time to strap on that suit. Let's go. It's that type of shit going on. So yeah, and yeah, it's crazy. It'd be real fun, whenever we look at these movies and spirituality and stuff. It'd be real cool and real fun. But yeah, that's what be going on. I feel like you just we're using all different classifications and that's how they classify them. Why are we using classifications? We all the same. Like, stop saying that. Like, stop putting it like it's a whole different Stop that. You're doing too much. Like, this is what's annoying me is the fact that you're doing the separation type stuff. I don't like the separation type stuff. Stop doing the separation type stuff. Like, it's weird. It doesn't make sense. That's why I'm like, the best way I could describe it is it's weird. It just doesn't make sense in terms of doing the separation type stuff. We all doing the same shit. We just have different level of awarenesses, different desires, shit like that. So this is how we end up in the movies. We have the villains and we have the good guys, and like shit like that, because based upon all of our desires. All the superheroes, their desire is to save the world. All the villains, their desire is to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes their desire is to just to say, you know what, fuck it, let's just get up and have like a superhero battle type shit. So sometimes they don't even just have no desire. Sometimes they just want to fuck with the superheroes that day and just be like, fuck it, let's do it. So yeah, yeah, it's not, you gotta stop like doing that separation type shit, because we're all the same. Like, we just all have different desires, different levels of awarenesses in terms of like what's good, what's not good. We all provide balance here in some way, shape, or form. That's it. So that's what you gotta realize. But depending on your desires, your emotional state, your feelings, and all that, will dictate what it is that you're here for in terms of your path, and not even what you're here for, but what your path is gonna play out like in terms of moving forward, or what you're gonna end up manifesting. So yeah, but that's how these movies relate to like real life. So we're all superheroes. Not everybody's level of awareness and feelings, emotions, all that is going to elevate all the way to where you're able to have certain power. And then we all contribute differently, and like we all have different powers. We all contribute differently in some way. So it's like, yeah, it's yeah, we all contribute differently, but we all contribute. So that's the other thing. um we all contribute. um uh yeah, so we all contribute. But some of us might contribute less than others, like I said, based upon your desires and your emotional state. Some of us might not be able to get out of that, and it might be for a very long time. So what happens is, whenever it comes down to it, I feel like when we talk about like superheroes and like villains and stuff, you never want to see somebody like falling off the team. Like you always want to like be like, hey, like come on, we got a whole team. It's a whole superhero villain battle. You never want to see somebody fall off the team, but it happens in terms people go through things. So this is how we have people in their careers having to like retire, or having to just kind of like take things a little bit slower till they get themselves together type thing. Because whenever you're stuck in a certain emotional state and awareness, you're not going to be as effective as a teammate. So yeah, some people, and this is where we see, individuals having to retire and take care of themselves, and then maybe you might be able to come back on the team type stuff whenever it comes to who's some superheroes that done retired and stuff. I don't know, because I don't know like that, but yeah. But that's what happens. So yeah, some superheroes have to retire, and it's like, or some villains have to retire, and they be looking for their replacement. Like maybe once I retire, this person could take place of me type thing. But it's like sometimes we have things to where, because I've seen that too, on some of these superhero villain movies, to where individuals switch to the good side type stuff, or individuals switch to the, what I'm saying. So we all on different teams and stuff. But yeah, my favorite movie. Okay, so whenever we talk about movies, I love X-Men movies. X-Men movies are my freaking favorite. I love X-Men movies. Favorite superheroes, Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man. I think Cyclops would be dope. Um, I don't know who else. Who else on X-Men? I like Mystique. Mystique too. Yeah, she would be another one. Yeah, so those are mine. Yeah, those are mine. Those are my top ones. I like Storm because she's able to control the weather, and I feel like that's so dope. And just like how she like when she's like ready, like she just like levitates type shit, and like you can see like everything just going around her like all chaotic type shit. It's like, oh shit, Storm's about to bring some shit. Then I like Iron Man because of his way of thinking. Like he's able to like build like some crazy type shit. Like so like that. Like my thinking is like that. Like Iron Man type shit. Like I feel like I could be like that in terms of like I'll be able to build some like crazy type shit type stuff. And I feel like he's just really cool. Like the suit. Like I would want an Iron Man suit to where like I could just call it and they'll just like attach me like and it's like I'm ready. like you know, yeah, I'm ready. You don't even gotta have like he don't even got nothing. Like he just got the hands type thing. He don't even gotta do nothing. Like he just attaches his suit on and he's like good. Like and I feel like to a certain degree we could have that too. So I feel like that in terms of him attaching to his suit, that would be like if you had like a twin flame, like you could call on your twin flames like y'all attached to each other and just become one type stuff. So I feel like that symbolizes that. Wolverine because of his regeneration powers, like he's super dope. Not regeneration powers. That's cool too, but I like the claws. Like he could just like claws come out like like if I was Wolverine, I just like put my claws out type shit. So I think that's dope. Oh, I seen the one to where it was like a girl. She was like baby Wolverine. That was so cool. That was so cool. I forget what it was, but she was like baby Wolverine. Like I forget what the movie was called, but she had like some other type powers and like. I think Wolverine had got like he started like drinking and stuff. Like he was starting to like decline or something like that. I can't remember. Um, and like baby Wolverine, she was just like ready. Like she took on everything. Like she like it was like cars of people coming after her. And she was like like going everywhere. So like yeah, that was dope. And who else did I say? Oh yeah, Spider-Man. So I like his web powers, like how he could just sling from building to building. So I think that symbolizes us being able to astral project everywhere in terms of wherever it is that we want to go. Um, so we already have those powers. Yes, we're doing readers donations only though, because right now this is just going to be us chilling and shit like that. I'm gonna be uploading some videos. True, I feel like X-Men can be real, but not the exact way it may be displayed in the movie. Yeah, I feel like the movies is definitely an over dramatized version of what we can do in terms of abilities is definitely over dramatized, but it's definitely cool to think like, that type shit. So this is why I be in the cosplay and wanting to suit up type stuff. Like, cause it's like so cool to actually have like your own like, super suit. Like who said that? The super suit. I think that was in the Incredibles. The Incredibles. Hold on. So some of us, some of us be trying to go to the little Chinese lady and get a super suit made, but like, some of us be trying to go to the little Chinese lady and have her make us a little super suit, but she not gonna do it type shit. She don't do that for everybody. She only do that for the ones that's ready type stuff. So you can't go to her. You can't go to her. You're gonna have to find your own little Chinese lady and make your super suit type stuff. She only available to the Incredibles or to certain superheroes. Okay. I forget who it was that said the super suit. It was the black dude that was in Incredibles. I forget. Yeah, yeah, the guy with the ice ability. Yeah. I gotta go get my super suit. Okay, yeah, it's to do with the ice abilities. All right, yeah, like you can't always go to the little Chinese lady and be like, can I put my suit in the dry cleaner? Could you make me a suit type thing? She ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Your suit might be a little bit too dirty. She might be like, nah, you gotta clean that yourself, okay? Don't come up in here with that dirty ass suit you done wore it and all types of shit done got on it and shit. And you thinking I'm finna press it out, honey. No the fuck I'm not, okay? You better take that shit down the street. Take that shit down the street. Dingy ass suit. All right. Usually movies over exaggerated, but in reality it is possible, such as telekinesis. Yeah, I feel like we We could all, have abilities like that. Definitely. The movies is such an over exaggerated version, but it's so entertaining just to see. Like, it's so entertaining to see. I definitely want to see another X-Men movie. Like, I'm obsessed with X-Men. Specifically like Storm. I think Babe said the Storm and Cyclops used to be together too. I think he said that. I can't remember. Like, he'd be knowing like all the like superhero like history type stuff. He'd be like, "Oh, I was looking at such and such comic. I used to read this back in the day. I used to read that back in the day. I don't know all the superhero stories. I just be like, oh, I like this," and he'd be like, "Okay." He'll break down the story for me, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay, cool." But yeah, I would definitely love another X-Men movie. I think that would be dope. Oh shit, another Iron Man movie. That would be dope as fuck. I feel like nobody can replace Tony Stark. We cannot do Iron Man without Tony Stark. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He has to play Iron Man. Like, I don't care like how old he gets. He gotta play Iron Man. Like, regardless, he has to be Iron Man. Okay, like it can't be nobody else. It can't be nobody else. Storm. I feel like that's dope. Like, yeah, Halle Berry's dope for Storm. But yeah, I feel like she's dope. I don't know. I feel like everybody in the movies was dope with they characters. So it's like I can't really, and I guess that's because we grew up off of that. We grew up off of seeing these people in those types of. So it's like you can't really like change it all. Like, you can't really change. Like, you gotta have those people do that. Like, it's weird. Like, you gotta have that. But our newer generation, then yeah, they'll have different characters and stuff like that. So yeah, the newer generation, yeah, I could definitely see that. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like, the X-Men and stuff like that. I feel like X-Men has to, like, we can't stop making X-Men. It has to keep continuing. Like, we got to keep, like, X-Men's one of those movies that can never get old. All the superheroes can never get old. Like, I don't know. All the superheroes can never get old for some reason. All the superhero movies, none of the people in there could get old. Like, I don't know. Like, they just can't get old. They can't stop playing those characters. That's just it. That's just everybody right there. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? They are that until. That's just it. That's just it. That's just it. Even when they old as shit, they still them characters. It don't fucking matter. It can't switch. They still them characters. Even 80 years old, that's still gonna be Iron Man. Even 80 years old, this is still gonna be Storm. That's still gonna be Wolverine. That's still gonna be the Mystique, and you know what I'm saying. It's still gonna be that. All of that. So yeah, it'd be dope though. The crazy thing is, there is a guy I heard that be going into these cold places into Antarctica. He be meditating with just an underwear on and not be phased by the cold weather because of his level of control over his own body and mind. Right? Okay. So there's a guy that's able to go into these cold places. So somebody that's able to relate to people's different ways of thinking that might not be the same as theirs in terms of low vibrational ways of thinking. And you just added that in there out of nowhere, just to say that he be with nothing meditating with underwear on. That was just random, but it's also showing in terms of how strong that person is as well. It's just random. And not be faced by the cold weather. So yeah, he doesn't let bullshit face him, basically. That's what that would be. In Antarctica, he'd be able to like connect with individuals that are very lonely or low vibrational. Because in Antarctica, like in terms of location wise, nobody goes there. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's like some Pluto type shit. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we think of planets, like nobody's going to venture all the way out to Pluto, but AKA, nobody's going to venture out all the way into that weird ass level of thinking, but there are individuals that are able to. And by that person being able to, hopefully they're able to change whoever is out there in Antarctica, their state of mind and what their level of awareness. But since they're all the way out there in Antarctica, they must be there for a reason in terms of them wanting to be by themselves and their state of level and awareness and all this. So this is why it's one of those things where that person can go there, you know what I'm saying, but they're not going to stay there. Like they go there, but they're not gonna stay there. They gonna try and help that person to say, "Hey, come over here. It's a little bit warmer. You don't gotta be all the way in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? You could be over here in like Hawaii type shit, just chilling on the luau on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Everybody relaxing, everybody talking a little shit, having fun and stuff like that. But you don't gotta take things so seriously. But it's like no, certain individuals like to be out there in Antarctica and in Pluto and type shit, and and it's one of those things where you have to see based upon a person wanting to do that, you have to see how this person will constantly play out damsel in distress type energy and manipulation type energy. So by that person being out there in Antarctica so fucking much and just they end up losing themselves. And sometimes this can be us seeing how an individual can lose their fucking mind. Okay, so by a person being out there in Antarctica too much, you can see an individual lose their fucking mind and just not be. You just be like, how does that person turn a situation to where individuals are trying to help them out, show them love? How do they end up turning around and cussing people out? We don't know, but they've been out in Antarctica too fucking long. You know what I'm saying? And they might not have been able to do what that guy did in terms of not being cold. Instead, they asses done got cold but they don't want to, they done evolved. So this is where the evolution process comes in terms of their state of awareness. So their mind has evolved into being comfortable within staying in this toxic environment. And once you reach that level of evolution and awareness, can't nobody take you out of Antarctica, okay? Like, can nobody decide to pull up in the little Range Rover buggy and be like, yo, you don't gotta be all the way out here in Antarctica, bro. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Come on, we trying to help you out. You know, can't nobody help you out of that. Can't nobody help you out of that. That person done already got mentally prepared. You don't know. They probably out there. They cutting circles in the ice. They be ice fishing. Now they done found out all types of ways for them to be comfortable within that state of awareness, within that toxic environment. So that's another thing. Some individuals done already built a little house out there, igloo and type shit. You know what I'm saying? They just all the way out there. They all the way out there. They ice fishing with the little ice cubes. They comfortable there. So I'm not, this is where it comes down to where a person's able to meditate, go into that space, but at the same time, they're not able to stay in that space because they're already coming from, the little Hawaiian climate and shit. You know what I'm saying? They already came from their little luau. So of course they only gonna want to briefly be like, hey, what's up? Hey, like the commercial time, you can get all that emotional say if you was to come over here to the warm area. Okay, I see. Yeah, you could. Okay, bye. Okay, that's when they be like that. Okay, shit, back to Hawaii. Like, fuck it. Fuck it. Shit like that. I love monks and shamans and the way they do things spiritually, physically, and mentally. I want to learn more about them. In the future, I want to visit their temples. But with friends, I'm going to need me some company. Okay, so you love monks and shamans, okay, and the way they do things spiritually, physically. I want to learn more about them. Okay, so you want to learn more about yourself. You're not asking to learn more about them because you're asking to learn more about themselves. In the future, I want to visit their temples. Their temple being their level of awareness, their mental state. And then you're weird because the temple could also be your body. So that's a no. But yeah, a level of awareness and mental state. Then yeah. But with friends, okay, yeah, and you're weird for that one too. But I'm gonna need some company. Yeah, you're weird for that. But yeah, in terms of you loving them, that's cool. The way they do things, yeah. So all you need to do is be yourself. So yeah, watch those people, pick up tips, and learn how to be yourself. That's what you're looking for, because that's all those people did in terms of monks and shamans. All they did was just live their life in like a righteous type of way. That's confirmation. Yeah, all they did was live their life in a righteous type of way. You don't want to stay in your own mind. That's weird. You don't want to be you. That's weird. So by you saying that, you hate yourself. So you'll never be able to reach the level of a monk or a shaman because you're in that emotional and mental state of not liking yourself or not wanting to be yourself. You're saying I don't want to stay in the city, so you don't want to stay in your chaotic frame of thinking or thoughts or feelings and emotions. So you don't. So this is where your ass is a little bit. So this is like the definition of insanity. You don't want to be with yourself. Like you can't stand being with yourself. You can't stand being in your own thinking, thought process, feelings, emotions. You can't cope with that. You need other people to help you cope with that. You're nutcase. Especially you wanting to be somebody else, you need to be yourself. And this is why I'm like, this is what we need to learn. You need to be yourself so that way you can sit back and embody what the monks and the shamans know. So that way you can receive that type of knowledge. But it's a lot of situations to where it's weird. You need to learn how to be yourself first. That way you can attract that monk and shaman type energy. And this is how you end up stepping into the shift and then actually finding somebody that's able to raise your level of awareness even more. So that way you can reach and be closer to, divine energy. So this is what a lot of individuals are trying to reach in terms of what's going on and within themselves. They're trying to reach that divine energy. And a lot of us get lost in our way of thinking. And this is why certain individuals are looked up to, and this is why certain individuals are jealous of certain people, because whenever you end up being in certain relationships, you are able to reach a connection with the divine. And this is like that energy of being like with a pure in spirit type shit. Being righteous in terms of your way of thinking and feelings and emotions and shit. Which, like I said, you're able to achieve that by yourself, which the first steps is achieving that by yourself, honestly. So that's what you guys are feeling to realize. So this is why you guys keep manifesting frustration and being like, oh, I want to be able to go to these monks and these shamans temples. No, you need to fix your own temple. You don't even want to be in your own city. You don't even want to be in your own temple. That's the problem. And once you're comfortable with them being in your own temple, in your own city, aka your own state of awareness, your feelings and emotions, able to get out of the bullshit, able to decipher what's real, what's not within your own reality, this will be situations to where you're able to manifest a relationship to where you guys have that divine type of connection. And you guys are able to help elevate each other and raise each other's level of awareness and accomplish things and manifest things in your life. So it's like you end up reaching a level of comfortability. But if you're not comfortable within yourself, you're not going to get there. But like in the future, I want to be able to learn survival in our natural habitat, which is nature. But I'm okay with being in the city for a while, though, just not for life. Okay. I want to be able to learn survival in our natural habitat. You're able to do that daily. So see, that's on like your way of thinking. You then got a little bit lost and a little bit behind. You want to learn survival and all this other shit. Don't you see Naked and Afraid on TV? You know what I'm saying? You could go outside and decide to camp outside for a little bit and learn nature in that way aspect. The fuck? What you mean? You could go in your backyard and say, you know what? Let me not go in the house for a couple days and let me figure out how to eat in my backyard. Now you're learning how to survive in nature type shit, okay? Like what? You go camping. Shit. Go to them big ass national parks, campgrounds. They got everything. They got fishing holes and shit like that, and say I'm not gonna go home for a while. Boom. Now you learn how to be in nature and how to navigate through nature. So y'all are lost in some other shit. I don't know where y'all thinking be at. But I'm okay with being in the city for a while though, just not for life. Okay, so you want to move out into nature. So you want to move more into like the country. Location wise, you want to move into the country, but that's why I said it don't matter what location you move to. If your mental state and your awareness and your feelings and emotions not set up right, it don't matter what you're doing. You're not even going to be able to learn shit while in nature because you're going to be so focused in an emotional state and aware of all other shit that you're not going to be able to learn what you need to learn from nature. So that's another thing. Oh, like, yep. So you try and go to that's why I said go sit outside in the backyard and don't come back inside the house for a whole month. Make that a challenge. How long can I sit in my fucking backyard and not come inside the house for a whole month? No electronics, no shit. Okay? See what happens. Yep, see what happens. And you'll become aware of a lot of shit. So it's like you got to get out of that mental cage. So first thing you need to do is get out of that mental cage of being comfortable in a house. And you got to realize that home is where you make it. So once you process that type of thinking, then you'll be able to actually go out in nature and be able to, like, do whatever it is that you need to do in terms of learning. Already, I've been there, done that. Already been camping, all that other shit. Already know how to survive in nature and all that other shit. Build fires, make a motherfucking little house and shit like that. And then, like I said, you can even do this inside. Pay attention to the shows that we have on. Use it for educational purposes. The shows that we have, like Naked and Afraid, Survivor, and shit like that. Look at the shit that they doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you could go and weave some goddamn baskets and shit like that and use it to motherfucking transfer, if you was in a wild, transfer food and all that other shit. So pay attention. Also there's probably games like that too, survivor type games. I'm pretty sure. 100% PS4. I say PS4 because I don't like Xbox. I'm sorry, I like PS4 better. But I say PS4 because they do have games like that, survivor games. I don't know. I'm not an Xbox person. It's the controller for me. It's the controller for me. It's the controller. I like PS4 and PS5 type shit. Um. So yeah. You need to, like I said, you can either do it physically or you can do it mentally, so where you sit back and you collect all the information that you see based upon, you know, the TV shows around you or the shit that you find on the internet in terms of being able to learn how to survive. So that way, whenever you do go out there, you'll be able to know which plants you could eat. And I mean, it's one of those things where you can learn from nature in terms of which plants to eat, which plants not to eat, and stuff like that. So that way, you can know one gives you nutrients. You know, you sit back and pay attention to the animals and what plants animals eat, like the squirrels and shit, like the berries and stuff. And then that'll be like, okay, cool. Now I know what I can eat and what's consumable and what's not. And based upon the taste, you'll be able to decipher what type of plant it is. Like if it's minty, if you're able to use it as a seasoning, if you're able to use it as something to provide you with nutrients in terms of calories and all that. So yeah, definitely able to learn from that. Decide what you want to do. You want to go in your backyard or you want to, you actually plan on going camping. I'm gonna give me I've been traveling everywhere, chilling. I'm anymore her. This what's up. That's how you supposed to do it. I feel like that's how we supposed to live. It's just kind of like off grid type shit. All right, I've been there, done that. It's fun as fuck. Get on it. It's fun as shit. Yeah, that's the life. Hold on. Been there, done that. I already know how to set up the solar panels and all that. So yeah, raise your level of awareness. You'll be able to maneuver whenever it comes to a RV. You even be able to fix your own shit. You don't even have to take it to like a RV type shop whenever shit starts going wrong or whenever little things start falling apart and shit like that. So this is where you start to learn different skills in terms of mechanical skills as well. Boom. Ugh. So been there, done that. Already know, living off grid, living how to fucking fix shit and how to fix a car, how to change out parts, all that shit. Yep. Been there, done that. Even on the RV too. Yep. Because the RV, like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, like, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to get an RV. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get an RV type shit. Like, you gotta know what you're looking for whenever it comes to an RV. So it's a whole different level of research that you gotta do. That's another thing. But yeah. Try and be smart about it. First, if you don't know how to mechanically work on a car, don't get an RV. That's because I'm all about DIY. So first learn how to fix your goddamn car. Then get you an RV. If you a man and you don't even know how to go and change out the radiator or some shit like that, or motherfucking fix the goddamn thermostat housing and shit like that, or you know what I'm saying, shit, you gonna have to you're gonna have to wait on an RV. Just so that way you don't end up getting too stressed out. That should be a big decision. Because it's not just an RV, it's a house. Damn, I don't know shit about cars. Yeah, start off with an actual car first. So not even like an actual car. You don't want to start off with a camper van. RV is different from a camper van. Start off with a camper van. That'll help you to move into the RV type lifestyle. Like, what's it? Class B camper van? Yeah, start off with like a camper van type shit. It'll help you move into the RV lifestyle. Once you do get an RV, depending on your space that you need, I would say for you to get like a Class C RV. Because Class A's, you need a certain type of licensing for you to be able to drive them. Class A's are the ones that's like a bus. You need special licensing for those. Class C, I feel like that's a good starter because the bus, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you get something bigger, it's going to be more that you got fixed, cost more. So that's why I say like Class C type shit. because at least you don't got to get a special licensing for it, and at least like the fact of it's still kind of like a car aspect. So that's why I'm like, you gotta have this type of information and knowledge before you just be like, oh, I'm gonna hop up and get an RV. Like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Otherwise, you're just gonna be spending money down the goddamn drain and be frustrated. And now you're gonna cause more frustration on yourself and on your family. Don't do it. This is why I'm giving you a little heads up. Look at what you're really working with. Class C RVs, smaller, able to sleep like at the they got some good Class C's cause sleep like 4 or 5 people. But Class A, you need a special license. Motherfucking, it's like driving a bus. It is a bus. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like the mechanical aspect right there. Whole different level of mechanics right there in terms of being able to fix it. Like if your shit break, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, once you get an RV and shit, you're going to want to take a road trip. You're going to want to go long distance. You're going to want to be able to go whatever, do whatever. And if you don't know how to do the mechanics and that shit, it's about to run your goddamn pockets up real fast. Your pocket's about to get ran up. 1 second. Let me see. Class C smaller. Way, way smaller. And more like a car. Class C is what you want to start off with. It's more like a car. Camper van, that's more for like 2 people type shit. Camper van more like for 2 people. Class C's like if you got like, you know, a good 5 or 6 people, because then you could sleep like up top. Then you could turn like the little kitchen area into a bed that could sleep like 2, 3 people. Motherfuckers could lay out on the floor if they want to. That could sleep like 2 people and shit like that, you know, stuff like that. That's why you want to do Class C. Um, and then also whenever it comes to hooking up the solar panels, you also gotta look at what you working with whenever it comes to inverter and shit. Class A, you're gonna need a couple inverters, you're gonna need a couple batteries and shit, cause that shit, you can't just get in an RV and be like, oh yeah, it's gonna have, you know, I'm gonna be able to have internet, or I'm gonna be able to have, you know, like electronics working. Electronics and shit not gonna work unless you go and plug up to a spot and hook up to it. And then also depending on how old your RV is, you might not be allowed in certain parks. So that's another thing that you gotta look at is years in terms of how old your RV is gonna be. You might not be allowed at certain parks because they are so advanced in terms of like, you know, their hookups and shit. And whenever you have an older model RV, it might not be able to hook up with you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be able to match up with that shit. So that's another thing. So that's why a lot of the older vehicles in terms of RVs and shit, you be seeing people do builds. That's why they'll sit back and attach the solar panels and do it themselves, because they know for a fact they're not able to go to certain parks and stay there because of how they have it set up in terms of not being able to accept those older RVs because of their kitchen setups and, you know, their utilities, their stove is older and shit, like stuff like that. So yeah. I'm dropping all types of knowledge. I'm giving y'all knowledge about cars, RVs, you know what I'm saying? We done talked about black holes, Bermuda Triangle, species. We done talked about everything on here. Anything else we need to cover? Anything else? But yeah, one of the most amazing spiritual experience I had. Bonding with my twin flame. That was one of the most amazing experiences that I had. Bonding with my twin flame. Because it's actually like a bond. Like it's actually like it's it's unexplainable beyond words. Like that's one of the most craziest, best spiritual experiences that I can say that I've had within this whole lifetime is bonding with my twin flame. It just knowing that like that person is like for me type shit. Like they, you know, like this person is like specially made for me type shit. Like, or at least that's how I feel, you know. So yeah, that's the best. Um, I wish I met my twin flame. I probably did. I'm not sure. See, your level of awareness not there. So once that's why I said We was talking yesterday. Whenever you're in that unbalanced state, you're not gonna be able to see that you probably already sitting back, have your twin flame around you type shit, or you came across that person. You won't even be able to see it. You also gotta know, what your energy is. Like I said, whether you're like divine masculine, divine feminine energy, and then you'll be able to manifest your twin flame or like your karmic type shit, and you'll be able to see who's in front of you type shit. You'll be aware of like what spirit's in front of you. So that's the other thing. You gotta be aware of that. Um, because once you know which energy you are, divine masculine, divine feminine, then you'll know like, okay, if I match up with this person, it's gonna be chaotic. Or maybe you're just in love with the idea of being with that person because of what it is that they have to bring to it's one of those things to where you're just in love of being with that person because of what you feel like they're able to bring to you. So you're in selfish type energy. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. That's a different reason. You're more caught up in what that person can bring to you. Um, it was toxic because you was worried about what that person could bring to you instead of you worrying about what you could bring to you. That's why it was toxic. So sometimes we need to take accountability for things and not sit back and be in that energy of just because things didn't work out type shit because we was chasing a desire of what we wanted. So this is how you need to recognize that you was caught up in chasing a desire and it wasn't really something that you needed to be caught up into. But that's why it's a desire. It's hard to know that you're caught up in a desire. But yeah, this is why you need to realize that because it'll help you moving forward in terms of knowing if you're in selfish energy or not, or if that's actually love or not, or if that was something that you could call or try and point the finger and be like, oh yeah, that person was toxic when really you were caught up in not knowing you. So really you was a toxic individual, but just upon the energy that you was in. Hey, what's going on right now? We're just talking, you know what I'm saying? Questions, donations only. But I appreciate you being in the chat. It was mostly lust when it comes to my first love. Yeah, see. And then that's not even love, that's attraction. So you just put those two words together, lust, when it comes to my first love. So it was just attraction, it wasn't love. You didn't really love that person because he was in selfish energy. So that's how we know that it's a state of attraction and not really love. Yo, what's up? So yeah, you can't sit back and be like, oh, lust, and then no. Don't put those together. Two different words, two different meanings, two different things. You trying to make excuses. And this is how we know that you're an individual that doesn't like to take accountability for your actions or the things that you do or what you do in a relationship. Because you're over there putting two different words together that don't even have the same goddamn meaning. So you get caught up in relationships like that, you'll manifest a lot of negative energy around you because of that. Caught up in lust, desire, and then try and relate it to love, which leads to selfishness. That's not the same. So once you're able to get out of your own thinking, be able to embrace a new way of thinking, aka embrace a shift, you'll be able to notice the difference. You won't be putting lust and love in the same goddamn sentence. That's what I'm talking about. You won't be putting two different states of awarenesses and feelings and emotions into the same spectrum whenever it's not the same spectrum. We in AP class. Don't do that. We at AP class right now. Don't do that. Um, this is manifesting a lot of situations to where you can't decipher. See, this is how I know you're not able to achieve balance within yourself because you're not just able to decipher between those two, and it plays out in your relationships and in your real life. Hold on, I got it all. I'm cooking up some good shit today. We cooking up some good shit today. Whenever it comes to this mind, whenever it comes to this mental build right here, that's what we doing. We cooking up some good shit. Tamara was more bonded emotionally, but I took advantage of it because of her money status and the attention. She made me look good, which was the main reason, but now I regret it. Yeah, a lot of y'all get caught up in that. Hold on. Oh gosh. Cause he probably talking about some regular shit, but I'm thinking something else. Oh, my mind is totally elsewhere when he said that. Okay, I already know that's what you got. All right, babe, get on my nerves. All right, let me see. Tamara was more bonded emotionally, but I took advantage of it because her money status and attention. She made me look good, which was the main reason, but now I regret it. So yeah, you took advantage because you was lost in the desire of wanting to achieve a certain status and shit. Ooh, see, you get caught up in this third dimensional world. That's not good. And it plays out in your relationships to where you end up and then see this is how we end up being like, yeah, it was toxic. And see, if I wouldn't have broke it down, you'd have been like, you'd have put it all on her type shit because you sitting back lost in your desires. So you would have came up with a whole different type of explanation. But when we break it down, we get to see like, okay, you was the little demon. You was the demon stuck in demonic urges and desires and shit. That's not good. You was a toxic to your own self. And the worst part is, you worried about the fact that she making more money than you, and she probably not even caught up in the money type aspect. She just, you know what I'm saying, doing her shit on her path. It's just what she does, and you got caught up in the light. You got caught up in the light. You got caught up in her light, what she was radiating, her energy, what she was radiating, how she was doing things, you know what I'm saying, how she was manifesting. And you started putting yourself in a situation to where you started to feel inadequate within yourself based upon you being so worried about and caught up in terms of looking at other people and worried about what they're achieving. So it's like you was still stuck in that high school mind frame. You still haven't got out of that, worrying about what other people are doing. And you was probably the one that was in high school that got talked bad about a lot of times, which I did too. So that's another thing. A lot of us go through the same things and not even aware of it. Nobody was sitting back. There was individuals that was sitting back in that period to where, they just was always in that glow up type period. Everybody wanted to be around them, aka the popular kids type shit. Other individuals, you don't hit that glow up period until after you hit out of high school type shit. You don't hit that. You don't get that glow up. Somebody got a lot on their mind type shit. But yeah, you don't hit that glow up period until after. What? Hold on. Yeah, she doesn't care about the money at all. She was like a complete angel, literally. Hold up, let me 1 second. Um, see, and then now we're caught up in like giving things like names and like, saying that they're like these light beings and stuff like that. Whenever we could all be like, that's an energy that you could withhold within yourself, is embodying angelic energy in terms of not making the wrong decisions, not chasing desire. So we could all have angelic energy. It's not just one person, but because you're so caught up in your desires and you already know that that's what you want, that's you're stuck in that. You'll see other individuals as being angelic, or it could cause situations to where you're being jealous of a person that's, you know, um, just doing them. Um, so no, you're doing it backwards, saying that you're confessing your wrongdoing, so you're doing it backwards. So you just need to just live your life for you type situation. You don't need to confess anything to anyone. You need to live your life for you. The only thing that you should really be talking to is like, your higher self, which would be you connecting with God or the creator in this instance, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so, and you're still displaying how you're caught up in a desire. So yeah, you're still doing it. You're still doing it. You're still doing it. You're still displaying how you're caught up in a desire for that person. So yeah, you gotta sit back and just like embrace you. See, you're still showing signs of codependency in terms of wanting that person to embrace you and being able to still it's like, so it's like you're still in that energy of like being like, yeah, I want to make up with that person, hopefully by me confessing whatever my wrongdoings or whatever, it'll make that person see me differently and evoke some sort of emotion out of them, when it's like you're really looking to like, you're still stuck in a desire. So it's like you're still having demonic urges. And this is where a person, to where whenever they're aware of like, what it is that you're doing and the energy that you was in and how you're not making changes in terms of embracing yourself, this is where individual just be like, okay, cool. Hopefully you do good within yourself, and like that's where you're met with that type stuff. So it's like, I don't know. You just got lost again. So it's like you're kind of like still in that energy of living your life for somebody else. You're still showing codependency, attachment issues, still looking for someone to like lead you type shit. And then at the same time, provide you with something in terms of like taking you back, accepting you. And then it's still going to lead to you wanting something out of that individual in terms of status and all this other stuff. So you're still repeating the same karmic cycle. And this is why you're still going to manifest the same energy about you in terms of you being a user or a parasite or a vampire, someone that can't be trusted, because you're only in that energy of looking for forgiveness, so that way you can attach yourself to that person for a desire for your selfish needs. So you're still being a demon because you're still stuck in demonic urges. um so you're still going against the energy, so you're still going to get left behind in the shift, basically, is what I'm saying. AKA you're gonna, and it's not even like we're like, oh, you're gonna get left behind in the shift, you're just gonna grow old and miserable. That's basically all we're saying. Getting lost in the shit, you're just gonna be old and miserable. That's basically it, because you're still not letting go, and you're still just gonna live your life for somebody else while they end up living their life, and you're just gonna build up a whole bunch of frustration because you're seeing this person move on and being happy within their new relationship. So this is how you end up working against yourself in terms of what it is that you're manifesting in your life, because now you're manifesting a whole bunch of frustration, things not going the way that you wanted to. And this is how you know that your whole life you was probably being a demon or lost in demonic urges. Um, and you wasn't able to step into the light and being able to be guided by your higher self, which is you being able to be guided by a pure spirit, God, you being all that, being able to talk to the creator, being able to receive messages, so that way you know which path to take, what choices to make, what decisions to do, and that way you're able to manifest, good things around you in terms of the people or the things that you do, or just, you being able to help others, so that's another thing. I'm planning on. Okay, yeah, she could catch on quick. It was still unhealed. Her spirit team doesn't even like me either, so I gotta heal for sure. Yeah, see, and then you're worried about, who doesn't like you. So this is how we know that, okay, you're not going to do the healing for yourself. So this is where you need to realize, like, I need to heal for myself. It would be healthy for my emotional state, for my physical state, if I healed for myself, not so that way other people can look at me a certain type of way. So that way, you know that you're actually going to stay committed to the healing, and you're not just doing it for others, because whenever you do it for others, that's whenever you're going to end up breaking away. It's going to be very easy for you to just go back to those demonic urges, for you to go back to that, those desires and things of jealousy and manipulation and all this other stuff. So this is how you end up being very in between, looking at as not being trusted, looking at as being an individual that, just needs to go have a seat type shit. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, so yeah, and an individual's able to catch on quick because they just like, it's just whenever their spirit is just there, in terms of just not wanting bullshit. They're just in that energy of just being like, you know what, I don't want no bullshit in my life type shit. This is how a person is able to just catch on very quickly. Like, as soon as they talk to you, they can already see like who you are, if there's going to be intentions behind whatever, and it's like, because you're so lost in that desire, it's very easily to pick up on your spirit and what it is that you want. So because you're so focused, this is how you understand, in terms of like, whenever you're focused, you'll commit yourself to something so much, and based upon what it is that you focus on, it could be good for you, it could play out bad for you. So like, yeah, based upon you being so focused and in that energy, this is how a person is able to just tell, like, they're just able to see you. They might even just be able to just read you type shit without even needing cards. All right. um Yo, he said, I'll carry on though without her if I have to. Seeing you're still in that indecisive energy, so you're still not focused on yourself, because you're still putting that if. Like, if you were determined to really work on yourself, and this is why I'm saying it's one of those things where you're not realizing that you're not caring about yourself. You're not taking good care of yourself in a mental type of level, in terms of your level of awareness. We even having this conversation, you still put an if. So it's kind of like I'm talking to a wall, and I hate talking to a wall right now. We're in AP class. So if I have to keep on fucking repeating to you, I'm going to just take you out the goddamn chat. But with that being said, it's one of those things to where you just need to fucking realize that, based upon what I'm saying, you need to stop fucking running your head into a goddamn wall, okay? Because now I'm about to talk to you a little bit disrespectful, so your stupid ass can understand, because you keep putting if, which means that your dumb ass is still in between. And though it's weird, because you like me cussing you out, and that's the worst part. You like to be cussed out, so it's like you want this type of energy, and it's really weird that you just want this type of, and just like, some people just want to be cussed out for some fucking reason. Like, I don't understand it, but it's weird. It's one of those things to where you just need to realize that, yeah, based upon your state of awareness, you need to change it. Stop putting that if in there. You're still in between, and not wanting to fully move forward for yourself. Still like hesitating. So it's like you're still gonna be manifesting the same energy around you, in terms of being very held back. And then if other individuals link with you, they're also gonna be very held back. So yeah. Um so you need to stop. Like, you're still like, our words are spells. You're still putting yourself under that spell of just being stagnant, not moving, because you're still like, if and maybe, and like, it's like, girl, if you don't stop saying if, like, child, okay, if you don't leave that man alone and keep going, girl, like, it's like that type of situation. But you still like the caught up friend that's like, girl, well, maybe if I was to change my hair, and if, I get me some locks, or if I, like, girl, maybe if I wore black a little bit, he might notice me type stuff, girl. Because, like, you still in like that, like, you always got like that little hood ghetto friend that's like, girl, like you that friend that's just aware, but it's like that little ghetto friend that's just always like popping some gum, like, girl, he be looking at this ass, girl. You can't tell me he don't. And it's like, everybody just be like, he don't. He clearly with her. He even posted her picture type stuff. And she's still over there like, girl, listen, I'm about to go put this on, child, because if I go put it on my little super suit, He won't like that. He like that. He told me he like that's what he like type stuff. And it's like, girl. And everybody just like, child, look. Child, look. Look. There she go, girl. There she go. There she go. And then whenever you don't get that, whenever he not like, you know what I'm saying, talking to her type stuff, and then you end up being that friend because you that friend to where she always call you up and frustrated and being like, girl, he did not care. Like I had, you know what I'm saying? I even walked past him. I even poked it out a little bit for him to see, and he not care. And you always that friend like, girl. Yeah, girl. And then you know you want to get off the phone real quick, so you be like, girl, I gotta go bathe the kids real quick. I gotta go. Like you start making up stupid excuses to get off the phone. Like, girl, I gotta go vacuum my ceiling. It's a little bit dusty. I'll call you back later, girl. And then once you get off the phone, you go and talk to your man and be like, girl, babe, she get on my nerves. Keisha keep calling every time about this man that don't even care about her. Like, what advice should I give her? Tell Keisha she need to move on. Like, I don't know why that be. All right, babe, I'm gonna tell her that. Keisha, girl, move on. Like, why are you still on that man? Girl, because he be seeing me like, girl, I'm about to go get the real long ghetto nails, child. I need to, he be seeing me like I'm about to go get the real long nails and shit like that, child, okay? He like them nails like that, girl, okay? And it's like, Keisha, listen, girl, you've been going through this for the past 6 months. Like, girl, why are you still like on this dude? Like, why are you still doing this? Girl, y'all can't see it, but that man love me, girl. That man love me. It's like, what? I'm doing the whole scenario. Put on a show by my goddamn self, okay? You know what I'm saying? And she like, girl, that man love me, okay? Like, y'all be playing with me because y'all don't see what I'm seeing. Like, y'all don't see. I see him. He put up the same. Girl, he wore that color because of me, girl. He wore that color because of me. And it's like, Keisha, you just went and bought a black outfit. That man been posted up that he was in an all black outfit like 2-3 days ago. You just went and got that. And it's like, no, girl, he posted that because of me. Keisha. Keisha. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like, Keisha. Look, now it's gonna be everybody gonna be talking about Keisha. Now everybody gonna be talking about Keisha, okay? Keisha just don't quit, girl. Like, Keisha don't quit, y'all. Keisha don't quit. Keisha swear that man love her, girl. Keisha swear that man love her. That man done went and got married. That man done went and had kids. Everything. Keisha swear that man love her. Oh, gosh. Child. And then when Keisha go in, she's trying to talk to her sister married, her sister, you know what I'm saying? She jealous of her sister because her sister done sat back and done, you know, got married before she did type stuff. You know, her sister in a relationship, her sister don't got time to be on the phone with her because her sister constantly getting some. So it's like, girl, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes she be on the phone with her while she gets something like, girl, hold on, babe, hold on. Yeah, girl, you know, you be all fucked up. You be on the phone like, sis, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna text you, sis. My sister, girl, stop. Why you still like this girl? You know what I'm saying? And you're still over there like, yeah, babe, cool. I just gotta tell my sister to stop getting caught up in that man, like, and stop being jealous because I got married before her. It be that type of situation going on. You just be like, Lord, sis, like, can't nobody tell Keisha. Keisha is that one sister that don't hear shit, honey. Can't nobody tell Keisha nothing. Keisha ain't hearing nothing. Keisha is in her own world, child. She swear that man love her. Every time, you know what I'm saying, the sister gotta get called, she just like, the husband sitting back, you know what I'm saying? Keisha be jealous of the husband too. So like, it's like one of them things to where she jealous of the husband, she jealous of the sister. So it's like, you know, the husband be sitting back like, what the? I don't even worry about females. Can you tell your sister to leave me alone type thing? I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, that's not my sister. So now you don't want to claim that sister no more. So it's just, child, it be all over the place. It be all over the place. You don't want to claim that sister no more. Then your parents is telling you, like, your parents is coming to you like, yo, you still gotta love your sister. Try and love your sister. And you just like, my sister is, I don't know what's going on with sis. Y'all talk to sis and then they can't even talk to sis. They like, you and sis is the same age type stuff. Y'all around the same age. So, you know, your sister will listen to you since you the oldest type thing. And it's like, sis not listening. Sis not listening. So then it's like, you know, you go to your relationship and you just like, you know what? I'm just going to be in my relationship right now. But your sister always hitting your line up, child. Don't ever, you know what I'm saying? You be eating and everything. Here she come calling. You be sleeping and everything. You got your leg on, babe. Y'all all sleep in the bed, all relaxing. Y'all all knocked out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just done did something and stuff like that. Y'all had a good old time. And then here come your sister calling like you look at the phone. Put it on silent, babe. Put that shit on silent. God damn. God damn. But, you know, Keisha just be all over the place. But until Keisha becomes happy with herself, you know, and that's what it comes down to. That's why we even exude jealousy in some degree. It's with us not being happy within ourselves. But it's one of those things to where we could catch ourselves and be like, okay, I know what it is that I'm experiencing. Boom, I'm good. But it's individuals that don't catch themselves. They just keep on tumbling into, and this is where it spirals down into depression. So now Keisha, whatever, we all come to the family meetings. The family all come together and shit. You know, the family all come together and we all at the cookout and shit, you know. And it don't matter because we all there. Like, we all black, white, Chinese, all races, Indian, everybody the fuck there. So the whole family at the cookout eating real good and shit like that. We all got different levels of family members there. We got family that done did this in their life and they rich as shit. We got family that's in between, middle class. We got the lower class family. We all come together and we have that one person in the family that's able to tell all the fucking jokes. Bring everybody the fuck together and be like, yeah, look at so-and-so motherfucking that. Fuck that motherfucker. And Keisha be the one, she'll vibe out and shit. But as soon as the family break up, we done having a family cookout. It's all over. Keisha go back to the depressed state and start cussing everybody the fuck out that was at the cookout. Start talking mad shit about everybody. And it's not one of them things to where it's like joking type shit. Like Keisha really like inner like depressed type shit. And Keisha like it starts to like, you know, everybody start to look at Keisha like, damn, Keisha, hold up. That's how the fuck. You know, but the family joke, you know, you got hit up the person that was, you know, at the reunion that was doing all the jokes. Like, yo, tell me why Keisha said such and such and such and such. And you know, that person gotta be like, listen, you know, Keisha don't got no motherfucking sense and Keisha going through some shit right now, right? Okay. Don't think nothing of that motherfucking shit, okay? Until Keisha get the fuck up out of that shit. I don't know what the fuck, okay? But what that food was good though, right? What I was cooking up was good though, right? Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that type of shit. Keisha gonna have to go here somewhere though, okay? We're not inviting Keisha ass no more. We're not inviting Keisha ass no more. Then we gonna have another cookout. Next cookout, we gotta have security and shit. Keisha breaking through security. I'm part of the family. Keisha breaking through security and shit. Knowing damn well Keisha's name wasn't on no type of list. She done told security that she a whole different name. She went by a whole different name. Somebody in the family spotted her ass and was like, nah, that's Keisha. She banned. Her ass is banned from over you. But she going by a whole different name now. She thought she was gonna get. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. Lego. Keisha wanna be around Breezy so bad. Keisha wanna be around Chris Breezy so bad. Keisha want to come to the Chris Brown concert. Keisha swore she saw Chris Brown and everything else. Keisha done got lost in the light. This is how Keisha keep getting in them relationships to where she be like, girl, I swear he loved me. Keisha thought she was coming to the Chris Brown concert, to the Dave Chappelle shit that we was having going on. You know what I'm saying? At the cookout. You know what I'm saying? We done had the our rich family members done to pay for Dave Chappelle to come and shit like that to entertain us at the cookout. Keisha done got caught up. Keisha thought Dave Chappelle wanted to F her at the little VIP section, not knowing Dave Chappelle married. Keisha can't try and break through security to get to Dave Chappelle. Yo, we not having this no more. We not having this no more. How? Keisha, you can't come no more. Keisha, somebody tell Keisha to stop switching clothes, thinking that we not gonna recognize her ass. We know that's Keisha when we see her. We know that's Keisha. Keisha gonna put on a whole new outfit and swear nobody in the family gonna recognize her energy. We see you. We see you. She be the first one to raise her hand and present herself as being a fan. Everybody at the family reunion, we all be chilling and shit. You know what I'm saying? We all vibing out because we all, you know what I'm saying? But Keisha, too, in that fan type energy. Too wanting to be a fan, so she always the first one to raise her hand. Hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Always the first one to like request an autograph from the celebrity type shit. It's like, damn, Dave Chappelle was gonna stay and, you know, vibe out at the cookout afterwards and like, you know, have food with the family and shit. But now we gotta kick Keisha out because she over here asking for autographs and he ain't even came here for that type shit. You know what I'm saying? She gonna fuck it up. Like, what the fuck? It's always that one person. Like, it's always a Keisha in the family. And I'm not even saying names or race or nothing. I'm talking about the energy, honey, okay? It's always a motherfucker in that energy, okay? Damn, Keisha, and we're gonna call it Keisha. That's what it's gonna be. Watch motherfuckers want to use Keisha now. Okay, we're gonna call it Keisha. That's their energy right. God damn, Keisha. God damn, you know, that sound like somebody that's always on you. Like, god damn, Keisha keep calling my phone, man. I'm over here trying to play the game. Keisha keep calling my phone. Like, that sound like a motherfucker. Miserable. Oh my gosh. That is the energy of misery. All we did, this is how you see how we could put a name and how we could project a character and put a race behind it. That's why I'll be like, none of that matters. It's an energy that you be in. It's your spirit. Y'all be putting too much, and this is how we go about attaching names, titles, and all of that and creating an image and shit. Boom. AKA, we could create an actor, we could create a musician, all of that by utilizing the energy and just, yeah. And that's what I just did. And see, I got y'all all in that. Now y'all all sitting back like, yeah, everybody can relate. So it also brings about relatability. And on a higher level, it helps us to connect whenever you use it right in terms of the right energy. So this is what I'm talking about whenever it comes down to us talking shit. Okay? Utilize it right. Not sitting back being so caught up, sitting back being in such a drunk ass state to where you don't know what you're doing. And next thing you know, you're using the energy wrong. No, this is how you use it the proper way. So this is why I said we in AP class right now. Take note, okay? But some of y'all didn't come with y'all notebooks, so I'll leave the live up so that way you'll be able to watch it and take note anyway. But yeah, what's popping? So it's all about that. It's all about that. Now we can all relate and be like, yeah, I got a baby mama. Yeah, I got a baby daddy. That's a Keisha. Yeah, I got a so-and-so, you know, shit like that. Now we can all be like, yeah, or I've seen a friend that has that. They got that Keisha energy to where that friend always nagging me type shit and just always call. Now we can all relate. Boom. Boom. Okay. So that's how you do it on a proper level. And this is how you end up actually doing stand-up comedy to where it's like you don't affect others, but it's like you come across as relating and being able to bring everybody together and presenting in terms of the shift everybody into that love energy and being able to actually utilize it. So boom. So this is how individuals will sit back and get upset and jealous and all that, but it's like you don't need to be in that energy because this is something that we're all able to do and utilize. And I just showed you an example of how to do it. So this is how how we end up having and creating stand-up comedy. So yeah, you would take one thing and then just build off of it and turn that bitch into a joke, and then everybody be cracking up and laughing in some parts of that shit. Some parts of that shit. So yeah. Anyways, that is it. That's today's lesson. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all next video. Peace out. And yeah, we done.